you're chowing down. I don't know. Then, people leave their mobile on. I want when someone answers, you go, I can't talk now. I want to go, don't smack them on their face with it.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, I went to the cinema a while back to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
That art house film. And, woman sat next to me, huge fat blubber of a woman.
But it's up to her. She's earned enough money, she can eat more than she needs.
Sure, but don't squeeze into a seat next to me in the cinema. Right, with your flesh, you know, curving over the armrest that we're having to share.
Oh,
right,
God.
next to her, a little weasel of a husband. She's got one of those huge, kind of,
you don't reckon
hog-sized barrels of popcorn.
You don't reckon he was one of them feeders?
It was very similar. It really was. She, as you say, she's chowing down on the popcorn. She's one of those women who, she's not come out to see a film. She's come out to eat. And if a film happens to be showing, then she'll watch it.
Yeah.
Really winds me up. He's got the hot dog and everything. She's eating, and now popcorn already annoys me because
she goes to him, "Are you gonna eat that?" Well, I was thinking of it. You're gonna eat to me. You're to me now.
But I don't know why it was that popcorn became the thing you eat in the cinema. It's like you say, you've made these films, and someone's there thinking, well, we've made this great film, we've got the sound mix right, but what we need is something that'll just slightly irritate everyone during the film.
And to see the size,
popcorn.
to see the size of the buckets that go in that popcorn.
But why not serve soup or something? Or yogurt?
Oh, the slurping would drive me mad.
But
And the
something where it's
spoon
not
touching the
noise.
bottom of the thing would drive me mad. Don't serve anything. There's no reason you have to do the cinema and go, oh God, I need to eat.
Well, this
eat,
was-
plan it. You don't go and play tennis eating what you plan it, don't you?
Well, exactly. Exactly. Eat before we come out.
Yeah.
Have a sandwich. Have a corned beef
Do you
sandwich.
know what,
then come
right? What annoyed me is I found out in across America when they showed Schindler's List, they banned popcorn, right? Out of respect to the film. What? So they're saying all the other films, oh, sod it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, this one cost 100 million. Ah, it doesn't matter. You can eat popcorn through that.
Yeah.
I mean, ban it through all films.
Well, this woman was one of those ones, she may as well have had a trough in front of her. I mean, she was a state, right?
Oh,
And she's shown
God.
She's an idiot as well. Because the trailer comes from, I remember at the time, the trailer came on for AI, that film AI.
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, but it's something like, I don't know exactly, but it's something like, Martin is a, 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, he's 20 kilograms, he's 3 foot high, yeah.
But he is not human.
Yeah.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
And she's watching, she's just watching that, right? Bear in mind, the point of the trailer, he's a robot.
Yeah.
She says, how old was he again? I wanted to slap her, I was livid. I went, he's a robot. He's a robot, that's what's important. She says, a trailer came on for a war film, she goes, I shan't be saying that. She just announces it, I shan't be saying that. And I'm bored with war films. Bored with them. Next.
Oh, God.
And then, so the title card comes up for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, like at the beginning, they everything.
Yeah.
It comes up, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, she's in the cinema, she goes, what a stupid name for a film. I was thinking, but you paid to see it. And then it says subtitles in brackets. She goes, oh, it's not subtitled, is it? So it comes on, and I think, in the film, I think they speak maybe Mandarin or Chinese or something, I'm not sure, but let's say it's Mandarin. So they come on, they start, and it's all subtitled, and they start speaking in this Mandarin or Chinese, and she just starts going, I think chong chong, I think chong chong, I think chong chong chong, in the cinema, just saying it out loud.
No.
She and her boyfriend are cracking up, they're weeping with laughter, right? And I'm trying
He's
to watch
got to
this
laugh,
film.
otherwise she bites him.
Exactly. So I'm so livid, so I really make a show of getting up with all my stuff. I get up and I kind of clamber over some of the seats. I sit down next to these 2 teenage girls with the mobile phone.
Oh, God.
Mobile phone goes off, and like you say, instead of, I mean, it should have been off anyway.
Yeah, of course.
But let's say, instead of it being, instead of immediately thinking, oh God, and switching it off hurriedly, they take the call in the cinema. I'm in the cinema. Yeah, no, I'm in the start having a conversation. And I was thinking to myself, you're 16, unless that is your business partner in Hong Kong phoning you, saying the deal is not gonna go through, which I suspect it's not. I suspect it's probably Gareth, or Gavin, or your boyfriend Tony saying, do you want to do me behind the bike sheds later?
Yeah.
I suspect that's who it is.
Yeah.
Switch off the phone, or at very least, get out.
I know.
Get out of the cinema. But I can't, I mean, I don't know where these people were brought up or raised. I don't know who it was that told them this was behaviour that you could do.
I really want to have cinema police.
Yeah.
Right, you go in there, and if the phone goes off, you get your money back and you're asked to leave.
Yeah.
Straight away. Any whispering, go, if you whisper again, you know, if you're too stupid
To be able to figure out the plot.
yeah, just, they tell you what age you should be, right, to get that film.
Yeah.
That's it. If you listen and you're not eating and you're not talking, then you should be able to get a film.
Well, I was in the cinema last night, and as I came in, there was a big queue, and as I came in, there was people there, taking your ticket, showing you to your seat. Now, when did it happen that I was no longer able to find my own seat at the cinema? Why is it that I can go in the daytime, I can find I'm left to fend for myself, but now it seems that on a Friday night there's so many stupid people out there who can't find their decent seat.
No, I think that is policing. I think that's to stop people thinking I'll just sit here and having to deal with it themselves. Because I mean, if someone was in my seat, even if there was another seat, I'd go, well, no, that's mine. I want lots of policing in social occasions. I want to go into a pub and go, that is too loud, that music. Those people are too annoying, they're standing up, they're too annoying.
I remember being in the cinema once and seeing a guy, he was a big fat guy again, he had popcorn, the hot dogs, the Coke, right, and he had it balanced on this little wall that was sort of separating parts of the cinema, and he was eating, he was a big fat guy, just sat there, I was watching, I think it was Beetlejuice I was watching, and some local hard nuts, they were on the same row, they started kicking the little wall to knock his food off, and I thought, brilliant.
Oh no! I think you want to bully fat people.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl, it's getting really nasty now.
Can I pick on you?
50 Cent, in the club, on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Still arguing, this time about having help from your mum and dad. What do you think, Carl?
No, I'm not. I don't want this to turn into some sort of wacky type thing where we're pretending we're arguing.
Yeah.
Well, we're not pretending.
We're not pretending, you are arguing.
Yeah, I know what people will think we're messing about.
No, right? I wouldn't have thought so.
We just need to... We can talk about it later, sort it out.
Yeah, it's just that Carl's a little bit stressed.
I'm not stressed, though.
And he doesn't really understand that, you know, me and Steve have got lots of different jobs in the week, he's just got one job.
Yeah, and we sort of rely on people getting messages to us, you know, as soon as they get them, you know, not sort of deleting them from their phone selfishly. Just things like that, you know, people being on the ball. Not just thinking about themselves all the time, not just thinking about number one.
What do you think, Carl?
Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Don't get all maudlin again. Just have a little discussion. Yeah, this will annoy you. Guess what? Think of this, you little slaphead twat. Apparently... that's so in his arse, Right, apparently, women can get bald treatment on the National Health Service, but men can't. What do you think of that? Do you think that's fair?
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
We should point out that Carl is, would you say balding?
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Well, either that or a wide party.
He looks like Charlie Brown. He's got the same sort of hair arrangement as Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's
I don't think Charlie was balding though, was he? He was only about 10.
Well, no, but he just had like a couple of things on the top, and his hairdo. Carl's had a hairdo that keeps
It's not a hairdo.
No. What is it then? What is it?
It just happened, I've told you. Noel was in, right, once.
Noel who?
Gallagher.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, right, you're on first name terms.
Right. And,
from the hood, isn't he?
and whoever was doing the interview said, oh, you know, what... Will Liam be able to keep up that sort of hard attitude, right? Say when he gets older and he goes bald, and you know, could he still carry off the sort of attitude that he's got? And he was like, no, that style. He couldn't have that style that lad's got in there, and pointed at me.
Yeah.
I said, it's not a style. I said, I didn't go to the barbers and say, can you just like shave the top bit, leave the sides?
Yeah. Can you move a little fire tuck?
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, and you were just saying to me, what would you do if you went back in time? I'd probably use a better shampoo.
I wish we could tape the conversations we have off air.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they are ridiculous. What would you do if you go back in time? And the other stuff we were just talking about is obviously can't talk about.
Can I just ask though? Sorry, when did you start to notice it was disappearing? I mean, at what age did it kick in?
I worked a lot. You see, you'll be safe. Do you know what I mean? Your hair will stay there, but it's when I used to do a lot of hours working. And
yeah, you were stressed and things. Yeah.
Stressed out, and it just went.
Well, I'm beginning to understand what stress is like, you know, because I'm not getting messages and stuff like that. But yeah.
But probably about, I don't know, 24.
That's unlucky, isn't it?
Something like that.
And did you panic, or were you just
not bothered?
Not bothered.
He's not bothered. He wouldn't be bothered.
I'm not bothered.
But I don't think for someone who doesn't care about going bald or war or SARS or anything, you don't have to get stressed on a Saturday between 1 and 3.
To be fair, you are worse than all those things. SARS has got nothing on you when you're in the right mood.
But why is it alright for women then to, you know, have a wig, but I couldn't have one if I wanted one?
Well, that's not a wig. They get bald treatment. They actually can get their hair replaced on the National Health, which might be anything, I suppose. Which might be wigs, which might be transplants. I mean, the only cure for baldness is a transplant, which they literally take follicles. They can get down to individual follicles now from the back of your neck, and you know it takes a long time, and you know. But
people will know anyway, won't they?
I don't know when it starts though. I don't know when it starts. Like now, if you started wearing a wig, people go, "Were you wearing a wig because you were bald yesterday?"
Yeah.
You can't start thinking, right, I'm going to go bald in a year. I'll start wearing a wig now. That's the thing to do, isn't it?
It is really, if you're that bothered. But I wasn't. I just thought, right, it's losing it a bit. Shave the lot off.
But did you know you had that round head underneath it? Did you know it was going to be that funny though? You would have. Well, you presumably worn a wig, wouldn't you, if you'd have known? Because I've never seen a head that round.
I think the barber, when they did it, right, the woman said, you can pull that off, you've got a good shaped head for having it shaved. She said, that's a good head.
Yeah, she looks like a tennis ball. You look like a tennis ball when you haven't shaved.
She said if you can pull it off, she said that's like a good thing to see if someone's good looking. If they can have a bald head. It's like Sinead O'Connor,
yeah,
right? She can pull it off. There's those sort of things. Do you know what I mean?
Telly Savalas.
No, but that's like one of the things. If you look good with a bald head, that means you're pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And if you can wear a bicycle helmet and look good, that's another thing that, like, you must be pretty good looking to pull that off.
But who have you seen in the bicycle helmet that you think's good? Who have you seen in a bicycle helmet and thought, oh god, they must be good looking in the bicycle helmet?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Who?
No one looks good, do they? Really? It's not the bicycle.
So what would you say? Brad Pitt would look good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'm just saying that's like one of the two things really. That's.
And what blokes do you think look good bald? Who do you think would look good bald?
Don't know. Give me some names and I'll tell you whether they'd be alright if they're bald.
George Clooney.
I don't think he does. I don't think he would do.
Who else?
Well, this could run and run.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. He'd probably look alright.
Do you think he looks alright with hair then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Rick. Sony award-winning stuff.
Play a record. And then Carl going, oh, he's stressed. He's stressed. Wild Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, little bald-heady Carl Pilkington. You quite like being bald, don't you?
Well,
no fuss.
Like I say, you know, I'll probably won't age for a bit now.
Won't age for a bit? What do you mean you won't age for a bit?
Because I already look quite old.
I don't think so. Not with a hat on, you look really young.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, so I won't change that much. It's like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually don't think, as long as you shave it straight back, I can't have you on that. Nothing wrong with it.
But that kid who had that aging disease just shaved her head, and she wouldn't age that fast anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So this is the 5-year-old girl who had an awful disease where...
Well, we don't know much about it, to be fair.
No, we just know that you fell in love with the title of the programme, the girl that was older than her mum, right? And you were annoyed that people wouldn't serve her fags and alcohol. If she's you know, she's living like an 8-year-old, let her have a fag.
Doesn't that sum up this show though? Carl's comment, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
We're still willing to make comments about it, to discuss it in length and possibly make crass jokes, even though we're ill-informed as ever.
Yeah.
Right, well, here's something for you, right?
Go on.
This is what I wanted to tell you about, right?
Me.
Yeah, face transplants. There's there's some kid somewhere, right, who had a bit of an odd-looking face. Right?
A bit of a what?
Bizarre-looking face.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor somewhere who said I can sort that out for you, right?
Sure.
And basically what they do is they've got to get a face off a dead person.
Right.
Sorry. Just in this documentary you saw, did this documentary feature, say, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Was it that documentary you saw?
Right. Listen, you see.
Go on.
So
okay, no, you can't get a face of a dead person. Yeah, go on.
Sorry to dismiss the idea of face transplants. Out of hand.
Go on.
So yeah, it's got to be a face of a dead body that isn't older than like 4 hours old.
Right.
4 hours dead. Whatever. They can take it off, fit it on the new face.
It makes sense. But it's not just your face that you lose it, but it's the muscle tissue and bones, isn't it, when it's like disfigured? It could be through fire or whatever, or disease or anything. So they can't just literally plonk a face on, they have to do something else, don't they?
You're asking Carl like he's gonna know.
I forgot then. He looked at it, was that in Russian? I wish we could get him on telly just to show the look on his face when I said that.
Yeah,
It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was, you know when you go to a cat, hey, we want some food then? And he just looks at you and he goes, it's almost like he can understand what we're saying. Go on.
It's like if you had been caught holding a mallet over a dead body by the police.
What I'm saying is, it would sort of work, yeah. If you peeled your face off and put my face on it, oh my God, why don't you and Steve, for an experiment, swap faces?
And the great thing is, I wouldn't age.
Yeah. Would you do that if it was safe?
I think I'm getting the rough deal here, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no, you get some money back. It'd be part exchange. I mean, it would, it's like you'd make up the difference just to wear your brilliant face for a week.
But the doctor was saying how it's not complicated. He said the worst thing is something about the people who were related to the dead person. It's a bit weird for them still seeing the face of someone they know walking about when they're dead.
Yeah, I can see that would be odd, yeah.
I love you, Carl. You are brilliant. Honestly, you're never a dull moment. It doesn't matter whether you're talking or I'm squeezing your head. I'm never bored. I never go, oh, that's enough, Carl. Do you know what I mean? I had battling tops, I got bored. It's like computer games, you think it's the best game in the world, and someone goes, how are you getting on with Tomb Raider? You go, oh, I don't play it anymore. I go, how's Carl? I go, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I was squeezed there yesterday, I was squeaking in his face, I got him down to the ground. He said this, he said that. I'm never bored with you. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.
Until quiz
With the
night.
Scalextrics.
Until the old pub quiz night, when there's no one else who will have you on the team. Sure. And suddenly you want to be your best mate.
Done him again.
Right?
Yeah, where's his mum and dad then, Carl? Yeah?
In Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I love the fact you can insult me but never insult my parents. Feeder, Butt Rogers. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Burton.
Carl just said to me, so what face would you have to me? And I went, what do you mean? He went, well, whose face would you have? And I went, I don't know. A boy's, so the skin would be regenerated. He went, oh, no, it'd be a bit weird. He said, oh no, someone famous. And I went, I don't know. I went, whose would you have? He went, Barry Sheen.
No, but what I meant was, when I was talking to Suzanne about it, saying this is amazing, she said, well, whose face would you have?
Right.
Now, it's got to be fairly recent to have the skin fresh, because it can't be too old. Right. So I had a choice of, like, Barry Sheen, or what's her face, or Philosopher Summer Wine.
Who?
Who's the old woman who just passed away?
Thora Hird.
So that's what I meant. If I could have any face, because she said, well, you could have had Tom Cruise or something. I said, well, he's not dead. I said, no, but you could have had that.
You'll give yourself restrictions in your fantasy. So, like, down to your picture. I love the idea that someone getting you a call. Mr. Wilburton. Hello, it's Dr. Hanrahan. Barry Sheen has just passed away. And you go, oh dear. Yeah, bad news and good news. Do you want his face? Do you want his face?
Does Suzanne go out with you, like, for charitable reasons? Is it like you can adopt a boyfriend?
I love the fact that she encourages you.
She was saying about Tom Cruise, and I was like, oh, you know, she said, he's not a bad-looking fella or whatever.
Well, what she's saying is, Carl, is there any chance you could go and get a different face? Maybe something like Tom Cruise would be good.
Then Venner was saying, right, first of all, he's got to be dead, and he's not. But if he was, and you had that done, would you feel like
people looking at you on the tube?
Well, no, like, say if the people who made Mission Impossible said, well, what, I do a third one? would I be in my right to say, well, I don't want to do it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't mean to be offensive, Carl, but your girlfriend could do a lot better than you. I don't know what you're thinking.
I love the idea of this whole conversation like you're in Tom Cruise's face and then get off of the film.
But why does she have conversations like this with you?
It was now on last night. It was now on the telly.
I
on the
love
chat.
it. What should we talk about? What about getting a nuke face? Oh dear. Oh, that cartoon. If you don't know what Carl looks like, there's a cartoon that was in last week's Heat, isn't it? That Drew's on the website. What's it going for now? Bid.
I think it's at about 225 quid at the moment.
And what do they have to do to bid for it?
Just email in and I'll pass it on to the website people.
I know why Heat put it in. It's because the editor, Boyd Hilton, looks a little bit like you, doesn't he?
Sort of my ugly brother.
He's probably listening, and he says nice things about you.
Yeah, he can still say nice things, but I bet he knows deep down. You know if you're good looking or not, don't you?
I can't believe
Come
it,
on, Steve. I mean, what do you think?
This is going crazy, you know, Carl. I don't know. You're just, the insults are flying left, right, and centre. You've got no limits. You've just gone crazy. You've just gone wild. You're running around just because you look like Tom Cruise.
I think it's because he's been hanging out with Christian O'Connell.
Yeah.
And they're both thinking, we're...
A couple of media players.
Yeah.
Too big for their boots.
Yeah, not scared. Although he's scared of Christian.
No, he's terrible.
He's scared of Christian in here because he's not allowed to do monkey news.
No. Well, yeah.
Because Christian wants to do it. He's scared of him.
I'm not saying that, right? Christian.
You do monkey news, but Christian wants to do some monkey news. I'm not allowed.
Once around the badly drawn boy. I like him. He's funny as well. You know what? I think he looks like if me and you were put in a blender, Carl. Do you know what I mean? He's got my sort of shape. He's got your sort of accent and all
I think
that.
when you put in a blender, does that with a voice sort of mix?
The times I thought of putting the two of you in a blender.
Do you remember, I told you that thing about the sponges, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked him out. You know, if you get two sponges and you dye one red and one blue, and you liquidise them, you pour them into a tank of water. After a couple of hours, there's a blue sponge and a red sponge because their cells know, and they reform. And do you know what he said? He went, "How'd you kill a sponge then?"
Yeah, of course.
Oh, what a great thing to say. Oh, my back's killing me because I went. You know, I did my back in last week and I had to get a chiropractor out and I couldn't walk. Well, as soon as I could walk, I mean, I came in here on my day off and did when you were in Bristol with your mum and dad looking after you. And then I went to Selfridges Sunday and...
Well, you got a bit of money now, why not?
yeah, and I went into the sports department and there's a golf simulator there, £38,000. And it's just like a shed, and I was looking at it like a kid in a sweet shop, and the two blokes that work there, they recognised me and went, "All right," I was, "Yeah, good." And I was just looking at that simulator, it's brilliant, isn't it? He went, "Do you want to have a go?" And I went, "No, I'm crap, I can't do it." I said, and I got a bad back. And then I went, "You have a go," and he did it in a couple of times. He went, "Oh, that's not bad." And he went, "Do you want to go?" I went, "Yeah, go on then." and I put the ball down and I really tried my hardest.
Of course you did.
And it took off and it was really good shot. And he went, "Good." I went, "Well," I said, "I'm not going." And I was thinking, I've got to hit this one as well. I've got to hit this one too. And I hit it again. I had 3 goes. I hurt my back after the first one.
Yeah, but you carried on.
And it went, right, I said, "Cheers, thanks very much." And I walked away. And I went to Jane. I went, "I've got to get a cab." She went, "Oh, I've done my back." She went, "Well, why did you show off?" I went, "I had to."
Of course you did. That sums you up. That just
I was in
hits the
agony.
nail
I
on
was
the
all
head.
the way back. I had to lay on the floor and put ice on my back again for about 3 hours.
What was the best you thought could happen? That they would just say, "Oh my God, that guy, that's Ricky Gervais. Is there nothing he can't do?"
That's exactly what I wanted. As I was seeing that, I go, "Cheers." Yeah. As I got about a few yards away, I just slowed down, and Jane go, "What are you waiting for?" I go, "Listen," and they just go, "That man is a god."
Yeah.
And I go, "Come on, Jane, let's go home." Yeah.
It's just all... Have you ever been able to walk through a fairground, past one of those machines, those test your strength machines,
Yeah.
and not have a go at it?
I don't think I'd be very good at that.
I bet you cannot walk past one of those rifle ranges and not have a go.
I love rifle
But
ranges.
you've got to be the best, I imagine.
Yeah, if someone had just won before me, I go, "It's not worth it, it's fixed."
Sure.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah,
Pathetic.
well, so that's why my back's. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But I hate not being able to do stuff. It's like I'm punishing the injury.
Yeah.
I know if I laid in bed for a week it'd be better, but I go, no, why should I?
Yeah.
I used to when I were a kid, I used to hit my head on the banister or something, and I used to go and get a hammer and hit the banister. And then I started thinking, when I was about 8, I remember if I'd hurt myself, I'd go, ha ha, God, didn't hurt.
He's up there thinking, oh, bloody hell.
How mental is that? Carl, what are you thinking, mate?
Right, Rockbusters, that's what I'm thinking.
Straight to it. Go on then, who's the winner?
Right,
Go on, do the clues again.
Right, the first one was, the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah, snappy, go on.
VH.
Yeah.
Right, that was Van Halen.
Van Halen, Halen a van.
Because he wanted something bigger than a car, that's the first one.
Yeah.
All the
second one.
tenses are mixed up, everything, it's just... Go on.
Second one, don't be selfish, and some of that out to your mates. That was C, that was share. Alright. It's alright.
Yep.
And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails. The initials there, KL. They, Kenny Loggins.
Right. That's the last time we do Blockbusters. That is the last time we do it.
No.
It is. That's the last time. Give the prize to someone.
Kenny Loggins. I'm going to give that one to
Kenny Loggins.
Helen Perrott. She has emailed in, and actually, Helen, I need you to email in your address if you would, so we can send you those goodies, DVDs in the bag and stuff.
But who would get Kenny Loggins then? If the clue was good, who would get Kenny Loggins? What did he do? Footloose?
Yeah.
That famous film about where dancing was banned.
Yeah.
In that nebulous... yeah.
That's an extraordinary film. I saw it once in America. Like you say, Kevin Bacon in a town where dancing has been banned. I was watching it. It was like if aliens had been watching Earth, but only monitoring us through our TV and films,
Yeah.
and then tried to make a film about humans. That's the film they'd end up with.
What do you think? What do they think of Queen the musical? Because they're of course rock and roll's banned, isn't it?
In the future. I'm not looking forward to the future, Rick, where feelings and emotions are going to be banned.
I can't believe it. Where's our hoverboards?
Yeah. So yeah, well done to Helen Perry. Is that the last time we do Rockbusters?
No,
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah, after the break, Monkey News.
No, we'll play, we'll do a break. Don't know about Monkey News, got some other stuff as well.
We'll do Monkey News after the break. Radiohead, they're there. Like everything they ever do, that's grown on me more and more. That is brilliant. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Well, you know what it's time for, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
It always gets me, that jingle. It's a joy. Once more, please.
Well, Carl, do you reckon you could sort out to whether have people to have real jingles with their name on it and don't have to say who's in the room, what's happening, and do their own jingles?
Well, Christian's got one for it. For Monkey News that he does.
Why is Christian doing Monkey News? I don't understand this.
Because he did it ages ago.
So you ripped it off of
No,
Christian?
I haven't ripped it off. I said to him, I said, there's enough Monkey News to go around.
Well, hold on, mate. I don't want cast-offs. I thought this was your idea.
Let's not do it. But what's
No, but
new?
wait.
Come on, what's new?
What?
There's Monkey News out there. I mean, if he wants to have a meeting in the week and say, well, this is the news I've got, the way I see it is, he can do it in the week. He's doing, like, the news at 10 type Monkey News. We're on a Saturday. We're like the, Jeremy Paxman Monkey News night. We look at stuff more in depth.
Well, you very much get
right?
behind the Monkey News, it's true.
Yeah.
You sort of interpret it. You give it your own spin.
You're the man behind the monkey behind the news. I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
So ours isn't called Monkey News anyway. It's sort of generic term like the news, but ours is called Chimpanzee that, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's seen a bit of Monkey News in it. So
Hey.
are we doing it or not?
Well, I've got no reason to stop doing Monkey News.
He probably played Radiohead as well.
Well,
Should we not do that?
I said that David Attenborough did Monkey News before all of us. Do you know what I mean?
But I personally don't listen to Christian because I don't get up that early. So, I'm missing out on a lot of Monkey News.
I mean, I'm not
saying I don't listen to it because I don't get up that early. I'm not saying it's a bad show. My point is this: there's a lot of people I imagine who don't listen to Monkey News in the week. Perhaps they miss it or they're busy. It's nice to have a little kind of omnibus Monkey News at the weekend with Carl Pilkington. So that's what this is.
So we're doing it then.
Let's play the jingle.
Oh, Chimpanzee that Monkey News night.
Excellent. Good. So we'll sort of get some monkey experts on maybe next week to dissect it.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey.
Oh yeah.
It's called Jack. Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know. It didn't say all that. I'm
Internet,
just telling you.
internet.
I'm shortening
Chat
it.
rooms on the internet.
I'm shortening it. So, anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own, so he's got his mate Jack in with him, right, this little monkey. And, you know, they're having a good time. They share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old. And Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say
it's,
monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimp usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, you know, he's clocking the fella doing his job, and he's thinking, I can do this, right, the monkey.
I love it.
Yeah. He's helping out, he's pulling down the levers and stuff, so the train's sort of coming on the right lines.
Sure, yeah.
He's clocking it, he sticks his head out the little window, see the train's coming and that.
I have British Raider listening.
Yeah.
Right? In the end,
Oh, yeah.
the fella whose job it is, he lost a leg for some reason, couldn't work anymore, gave Jack the job.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The railway company are happy with that. I'm sure they interviewed a number of people, but he was the best monkey for the job.
And that's good, isn't it?
Well, it's not true.
Right, once again.
Well, it's not true. Don't hand Steve a piece of paper that someone put on the internet who is probably a bigger mentalist than you. That's not proof. It's not true. At no point did a railway company give a chimpanzee the job of signalman.
It was ages ago.
What?
Steve, when was it? It was
Before trains, probably.
Well, it's in the 1880s.
Yeah.
According to this piece of paper, which is what you've based your monkey news on. Now, of course, I think ITN and a lot of the news channels, they tend to get lots of independent confirmation of their news before they give it out as fact. But you've got an email from someone, so let's assume that's real. It says, for this, Jack was officially put on the railway payroll, earning 2 cents per day and have half a bottle of beer on Saturday. That's what we pay you, isn't it?
He doesn't even get the beer. Oh, dear, he's not allowed to drink, are you?
Someone emailed in actually and said, Carl, some years ago, did you die? And they took your face and transplanted it onto that of a chimpanzee. It would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen you. He always has t-shirts right done up and long sleeve. I bet he's hairy under there.
Yeah.
I bet you are hairy because you have to shave right up to your eyes. You're one of them, aren't you? And I can see the growth, and it comes out the top there. Are you really hairy underneath?
Pretty hairy.
Are you really?
What's up with that?
You're a humanzee, aren't you? That's why you're fascinated with them, and why your IQ is sort of about 80. I think you might be. I don't mean there was any. I think it was a genetic sort of throwback.
Well, you're pretty hairy. Look at your arms.
What? Just look, give me that banana and shut up. Play a record. That's mine. During breaks. Average Man on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly another show over, Carl. You've now got a squeaky chair there. Why don't you sort that out? Have it oiled. What do you do in the week? Do you know what I mean?
Can I just nominate a woman that annoyed me today?
Go on.
On the tube. I got off at Piccadilly Circus. The sign says mind the gap. Big sign saying mind the gap. Voice on the tannoy says mind the gap. Woman steps over the gap, goes, oh, that's dangerous. I was livid. I was just annoyed. I wanted to slap her. There's always one in there every day. So as you walk down the street, I just feel like I want to squat certain people out the way. Swat them out the way.
We went into this little restaurant me and Carl. Was it Thursday? And we're sitting down there, and it's busy outside, and we go to get at the back. She went, that's no smoking. I went, yeah, we're not smoking. So we sit there right about that. We get there, and there's two women, right? And I'm sitting there, and they light up a fag. And I go to Carl, there's meant to be no smoking. He went, yeah, so what? I went, well, it's the principle. The rules are there. He goes, rules? You say twat, muff, and shit on air. Never mind rules. Well, they've annoyed me now, right? Yeah. So the waitress comes over, and he goes, oh, God, he puts his head down as well. I said, I don't know why I said it like this. I went, I thought it was just no smoking.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
She went, it is, yeah. And I went, right, okay, well, they're smoking. She went, oh, well, you'd have to move then. I went, what? She went, do you want to smoke? I said, no, I don't want to smoke. I said, they're smoking over there, right? Try not to... And she went, oh, well, I told you. I said, no, I don't want to smoke. They're smoking. She went, oh, right, and I got to move, didn't I? What a little snitch.
Yeah.
But it annoyed me.
Do you worry, though, that someone's going to look around and go, it's like Ricky Gervais off the telly?
Yeah, well, I can't complain now. So if I go in, I get bad service. I can't complain because I think, oh, look at him, he thinks he can complain. So I have to do it. Secretly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there was oh God, right. people come up to me, they recognise me, and they'll give a lot of laughs, and I don't mind it at all. I don't know, I never know what to say, and I'm always, you know, I say thank you very much, I say love us or whatever, I say of course, and that's great, and they're polite. And I was in the pub the other day, and I was just with Johnny, and people had been coming up, they go, do you mind? I said, no worries at all, yeah, absolutely fine, right? And then this group came in, about 20-somethings, right? And they're a bit pissed up. And this woman comes up to me, right? And she stands there, she goes, right, we like you in our house, right, but you're not as good as Paul Calf. And I went, oh yeah, Steve Coogan. I said, he's brilliant, isn't he? She went, yeah, you're not as good as him. I went, oh, well, you know, not bad to come second to, is it? And then, because I did that, she went, no, you're great. I've just done my dissertation. I went, oh, right, well, it's in nursing. She went, yeah. She went, right. Anyway, she went, can I have a hug? And I went, well, she went, can I have a kiss? I went, well, not really, no. And then this woman wanted to take a photo. She went, oh, you were so nice on the BAFTAs. I went, well, I'm being nice. I'd rather, you know, I don't know you. And I was like, oh, God, it was embarrassing, right? And then, so I took a picture, right? And then she goes, anyway, and they sort of dragged her away, the mate sort of dragged her away. And then, I was going, oh God, I've got to go now, because they're there. I said, I can't stand it, I don't mind. And she came over and she went, Ricky, and she sat down, and I went, I'm going. Right? And I had to go. And then I was with Johnny, and Johnny went, oh God, I've left my bag there. So we had to go back and go, but she's going through the bag. Oh. She went to me, you bastard, I'll never effing watch you again. I thought, well, alright. I don't know what to say, really.
Nice of her to clean up her bad language.
Yeah. Well, she knew.
Pub.
I know.
I got no time for it. I just think it's out of order. You know, I mean, this whole sort of notion that if you're a celebrity, you're public property. I just think I discount it. They go, people, you know, what you hear people say, oh, it's me who put you where you are today. And I think, well, yeah. Thanks for watching, but we made the show and everything.
I know.
We put it on the TV. It's not like if you get a plumber round, he does his job and work for you. You don't go around his house and hassle him.
It's not. I don't seek it. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't phone up the. But you know what I mean? I don't try and get on the telly or anything. And I refuse to. I don't go to showbiz parties, but I refuse not to go to the pub with my mate. And I just seek out. There's fewer and fewer pubs. I just go to the quietest. You know, one old bloke and a dog, and it's sort of like.
But most people are really.
I love it. Honestly. People who come out and they're polite, and I chat. I love the show.
It's like
it's alcohol. It's alcohol. Yeah, I know. It's just. Oh God.
They mutate into something. You know,
and they just. They understand. Of course, they don't. You know, they're not.
But to me, it's the same people who behave badly in the cinema. It's just this breed of person. It just. I mean.
I know.
Can I put that in room 101?
Let's do that next week, shall we?
Well, we're all having a moan.
Yeah, go on.
Tell you who's annoyed me this week.
Go on.
If we're making it a little feature.
Go on.
David Blunkett.
What's Blunkett been up to?
He's reading yesterday.
His dog's not been around your house again.
No.
Causing trouble outside.
He's put a stop to people having sex outdoors.
What's it doing? What's up with that?
If he had sight, would he have stopped it?
See you next week.
I thought we were not trying to offend anyone.
Badly Drawn Boy on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky James, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. I tell you what, the Stoney's then. Oh, this Thursday at the Grosvenor House Hotel.
Yeah.
Everyone in Radios Anyone has entered their show in different categories, saying, oh, you know, they get it down to, you know.
Winners this year included the brilliant Dominic Mohan, former showbiz editor of The Sun.
Lots of people won. Lots of people won. Lots of people won gold. Lots of people won silver. Lots of people won bronze. We didn't get a sausage.
Nothing.
This show was deemed not worthy of anything. I mean, not a look-in. The panel looked at it and said, well, no, definitely not.
Radio.
Didn't get a vote. See, that annoys me on so many levels. Let me tell you. One, right? I've never complained about losing an award. Okay, ever. Yeah, mainly in TV. I know we've won a lot, but we've been beaten by Peter Kay. Good luck to him. He's brilliant. Beaten by Phoenix Nights and sitcom. A lot of people like that more than the Oscars, vice versa. Right? No qualms. But the shoddy shite that I heard that night beating us, I was furious. I don't understand. There's people regional. It sounds like hospital radio, right? I mean, I shouldn't even be on XFM. I thought, you know, it's beneath me.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll give them a hand, right? Let's show them. And I want to know who the panel was as well. I do not believe it. How can they I was looking back over some of the shows, right, before I get Carl, and I've just done a little excerpt of, a trailer of what we do, what we're about, and I don't know how the panel could overlook. Play a bit, Carl, please. Shaking her muff, minge, and tits around does not make her a hoe, then what does?
These kids at school with big heads.
Carl, what are you talking about?
Shut! Oh, my name is Holy Fuck.
Right, there's this monkey that was on a train station.
Right,
What if you mean cock to mean penis?
But it was my Down syndrome son.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
So we've still got monkey news coming up.
You're an idiot! You know what I mean?
That's, to me, quality broadcasting.
I don't know how they can say that isn't worthy.
That's what we sent in to the Sony people. They listened to that. How they didn't think that was dynamite stuff, it doesn't make sense. You know, I've been thinking about this since Thursday because I've been a little bit down in the dumps.
Yeah.
What I think it is that with the TV show, the TV stuff we've done, we put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
We get the script, we got the script, we spend a lot of time on it. What this show is about, it's very much about spontaneity, it's about our personalities, and I don't think we're ever going to win an award for our personalities. I think that's where we're going.
Do you know what I think? I think that when we're together, we're the auteurs of The Office, and we're strong on it, and we're just two, and we write it, we direct it, we cast it, we even worry about the font and stuff on the, we do everything. There's a weak link in our midst, I think.
On the radio show?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to think what the common factor is, because on the award-winning TV show, it's just you and I.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, can we play a record, and let me think about this, because there must be something
There's got to be a factor.
that isn't in The Office that's in this, that means that The Office is award-winning, and this is a pile of shite. Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with Steve Merchant, and with us, Carl Pilkington, the third member of this team. Me and you do The Office,
Award-winning.
yeah, and us three do this show.
No awards. Nothing.
Carl, what are your thoughts? What do you think's wrong with the show? Why do you think the panel listened to our show and said that is awful, it's not actually a radio show?
Well, can I just point out, so many people may not realise that last year we won a bronze, so we've actually gone down, we've actually slid off the list entirely.
I know, but I mean, but Carl wasn't really as involved last year.
Well, I remember last year it was very much you and I.
Yeah. I mean, we just started out on it, yeah, so I mean, so you can't really compare. Hold on, though.
Well, interesting.
What do you think, Carl? What do you think the reason
Thoughts,
is?
Carl?
Any thoughts?
I see what you're getting at, right? But
You're not stupid.
when I put the compilation together,
Yeah.
I made sure that it was mainly you two. So don't be doing that. Don't be playing that game.
So you put the compilation together?
yeah.
Right, again.
Ah, right, interesting, because
We were involved with
we
that.
usually do The Office, edit The Office and everything, we have the final cut on The Office. So you... Oh, I see, so you... Oh, right, no, so you're the
You had
producer.
your fingers all over it. Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. So,
So the tape was the smoking gun, and whose fingerprints were on it? Carl Pilkington's.
yeah, that's interesting, we didn't get a sausage. But, do you know what, seriously though,
Well, I don't mean seriously, it is his fault.
I know, but I mean, it's our fault as well, because we should have known better, right? But,
Than to employ him. Yeah.
But, I actually think it's a slap in the face. I want to know who the panel was. I don't know what Sony are thinking. Just handing it out to the same old people. You know what I mean? Every clip they played was a funny phone call. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm
Did we
actually.
send any of our funny phone calls in?
So if anyone cares, I think we should knock it on the head as a protest against Sony. And I say I've never complained before about legal, but I mean this one. Don't know what they think. I want someone on the panel. It was entertainment. I want someone on the panel to phone up and say why they think this show is rubbish.
Well, I'll apologise.
Well, I'll not apologise if they stand by. If they tell me why, because listening to that clip there, I can't see anything wrong with that as sort of daytime radio.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't think our number one fan, Dickie Anderson, Richard Anders, was on the on the panel, although he here has emailed in. He's got a couple of thoughts as to maybe why we...
What is Dickers doing, man?
Dickers says, commiserations on not winning a Sony. I can't believe we didn't win. Naturally. I mean, apart from your show's obvious lack of quality and effort, having a monkey for a producer, offering the biggest load of tat as competition prizes, saying hairy Chinese kid 48 times every show, Rockbusters, not bothering to turn up for weeks on end, only having 3 listeners, introducing the comedy characters Camp David, Harry Fook, which I think he spelt wrong there, Stephen Merchant. I'm not a character. Apart from insulting every race, religion and sexual orientation, bickering like schoolgirls...
We haven't done everyone yet! We have not insulted everyone yet! There's loads to go.
Despite the fact you generally bring misery into the lives of anyone who listens, I thought you were surefire winners. Better luck next year.
Well,
I mean, a couple of constructive, you know, criticisms there, but generally, I still can't nail it.
Was he on the panel?
Well, I don't think so. Well, he's a fan, so...
Yeah. Well, no, he's clearly a fan. I mean, he obviously loves the show. Because he's... I mean, he has hit the nail on the head.
Oh.
Which...
Yeah.
But, what should we do? Should we give up or should we try harder? That's always my dilemma in life.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I've always gone for the first one.
Give up?
Yeah, why bother?
Yeah.
If they can't see, just give us the award.
Yeah.
And then worry about it later and we won't let them down.
Yeah.
Now they've got blood on their hands. We're gonna...
Yeah.
What should we do? To give a couple of months notice?
I think so.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, seriously, I mean, I think...
Well, I'm being serious, I'm not being wacky now. We haven't told Andrew, but...
I think we've won our course with this show.
Yeah. So let's... Okay, we'll give it a month, and it's because the Sonys didn't give us anything. Play a record.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
you got to do a bit longer than that.
No, we haven't. Got to give a month's notice.
No, you got to work till about September if you're gonna.
No, we haven't. No, we give a month's notice. We're, you know, whatever they give the money back, something.
Well, you give your money back.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to spend your 80 quid on?
True.
Waiting for...
By the way, Red Hot Chili Peppers on XFM 104.9. So, a few more shows. I hope Sony are happy. They should encourage... You know, we've only been radio, you know, a couple of years.
Exactly.
Trying.
You encourage young talent like you.
Yeah. Instead of giving it to Radio 1 and Radio 2 and...
The old war horses. We just had a quick email. I wonder if you could answer this. It's James from NW1. He says, Ricky, is Carl going to be on this week's show? Please let me know, as I may listen if he's not. Sadly, he is here. I mean, people are already turning against you, Carl, because they've seen what's happened.
Yeah.
I think they've probably realised that we've...
I think we gave him too much. I think we've got a spoiled sort of kid, like, you know, we knew how bad he was, but we were trying to sort of bring him out of his shell a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to encourage sort of, children like Carl.
Well, yeah, exactly.
To sort of fend for themselves. But I like the fact that Dickie Anderson had that wonderful rant. I mean, it was an articulate email. It was quite long, and he must have typed it immediately. I'm thinking, because he's a fan of the show and he thinks I'm a genius, we need a PA.
Sure.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'd come and work for us?
Well, he can't be any worse than what we've already got.
I know.
You know.
So there you go. Then we're giving up radio. We're going to concentrate on television. Carl's going to probably go back to what, your little, just doing your sound.
The thing I won a silver for at the Sonys. Funny that, isn't it?
Oh, you won a silver, did you?
I got a silver, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what was that
for doing the proper job that I do here in the week.
Well, no, it's 2 of you for a start.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 of us. Can't even get a bronze. Now who's the weak link? Right?
Well,
bit weird, isn't it?
Let's not argue. We haven't got many shows to do.
To be fair though, this show is I think it's more to do with the fact that you talk on this show that has brought us down.
Right, I haven't said anything hardly today.
No, well, this is an award-winning show potentially.
We'll add this one in for next year.
If we could just keep stum, we might have a chance.
All right.
Well, coming up, right? Carl.
Let's put it behind us.
Okay.
Let's draw a line under it.
We had a meeting yesterday. We thought we better, you know, for the last few shows, plan it a little bit. And me and Steve came up with a great idea. We're going to offer Carl money to do stuff.
Yes. That's the quality of the ideas on this.
Yeah. And I've brought some money in, little stuff, because we had him showering with our mate Johnny for £1,000 yesterday.
Yeah, we just got into a discussion, and then one of us suggested that how much would it cost us to pay you, Carl, to have a shower with another man? And there's nothing going on.
No, there's nothing going on. You're just in a shower, normal shower. You're just washing each other, not each other, just yourselves.
You're just
having
watching
a
each
chat.
Yeah,
Right,
washing yourselves,
Yeah.
having a shower.
Yeah.
But it's a
he-
regular shower in a regular
Yeah.
house. It's not shower in a
and
swimming
he
pool.
went fine. He got £1,000 out of it. He wouldn't do 900. He got £1,000 out of it. But then we said, and we'll have to watch to make sure you do it.
Yeah.
And he went, no, that's
wouldn't do
weird. So, but what? Why? What's the?
But this is what annoys me though, right? The whole idea of, oh, what would you do, right? So I bet you missed out there. When we started this chat saying, oh, I wonder what you'd do for money, it did start off with, would you rub Dale Winton's neck? Would you give Dale Winton a massage for 20 quid?
No, but you have to say no. 500. We're trying to find out what your price is. What price, Carl, is the name of the show. So would you give Dale Winton he's got a knot. He's got a bit of a knot. He's stressed. He's been doing supermarket sweep, and he's furious. One of the contestants was answering back, calling him names, and he's got all knots in his neck. You just give him a little bit of a 5 minutes.
It's a little neck massage.
How much would you do that for?
He's naked, and it's just a little neck massage.
There's nothing going on. It's like.
See, there you
You're
go.
naked as well, but it's
I'm-
just the two of you
I-
naked giving him a little massage.
No, seriously. Would you give him? Okay. Would you give me a foot massage?
For how much?
Well, that's what's
so
your
that's how
price?
And what are the rules though? Can I wear gloves?
No.
No, just Let's start off simple. Would you take off my shoes and socks?
I'd do it for like 50 quid.
You've got
Okay. All right. 20 quid to take off one shoe and one sock, but like you mean it. You just take the shoe off. You go, and as you're putting down my sock, you pull the sock down slowly. You look me in the eyes and go, "What lovely ankles."
Seriously, how much? What price?
20 quid a foot.
20 quid a foot.
That's got to be worth it.
So 20 quid, you will take off my, we'll put on some soft music, right?
No, I don't need it today. That's what I was saying to you yesterday.
You always
Do you know
need
what I mean?
it.
No,
You
you
always
don't.
need it.
At the
Everyone
moment,
needs
I'm
cash.
quite happy.
Give it to a homeless person. Give it to a charity. Donate
Get
it.
in here.
Well, are you still going to shower with Johnny for £1,000?
Not now, because you said, and me and Steve are just going to stand in the corner and watch.
Well, we've got to make sure you do it. You might go in there and just like wet your hair and come out, pay Johnny 500 quid and go, yeah, we had a shower. How will we know?
Sorry, I'm quite interested about the shoe and sock.
I'm back to the shower. You just have to wash yourselves. Now we have to inspect that it's really clean because we want you to wash certain parts really.
Right, well, why have you both got to be in there then?
Well, no,
Are you
because
both
one of
watching?
us. Can we just take? Or can Steve film it?
As evidence. Just as evidence.
Or I tell you what, we'll leave the DV camera in there. With neither of us to be in there, then we can just watch the video.
Are you a couple
Well,
of benders?
I should.
Are you a couple of benders?
No. No. But can we discuss further the taking of the shoe and the sock? Because I think there's £20 in. I'm willing to pay £20 to see that.
So a little surprise for you there. That's Coldplay here. They're live through there. Thanks. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, brilliant. Do you want to say a few words? Do you want to
Yeah,
say
no, I'll have a quick word with Chris, lead singer Chris. Chris, good to have you here.
Hello.
And how's it going with Gwyneth Paltrow?
Brilliant, yes. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, no, I thought so. Yeah, I saw her in Shakespeare in Love.
She's
I thought
good
she was
in that,
Yeah,
isn't
so
she?
you would pass that on to her. Just
Yeah,
say I
well,
enjoyed
yeah.
that. It's going alright. You going to get married or?
Yeah,
what's
so
happening?
I marry either her or that Julia Roberts woman.
Yeah, either one is good.
Good,
I know you're on holiday at the moment in Hawaii. I read in the paper today.
No,
You're actually here.
I'm actually here.
Okay.
Got to go now, got to go.
Alright, just a couple of quick.
See you later, Chris.
Yes, see you, Ricky.
So that's the sort of guests.
That's kind of
He's
the
got-
guests. We're just trying to up
Just like Jonathan Ross. We've got guests like Jonathan Ross. That's Coldplay. Just popped in.
so if you're the Sony people listening, you
Brilliant. And we've still got Carl to take off my sock for 20 quid. Okay? Let's do it now. Let's just get it over with and do it now.
come on, Carl. Let's get our cash out then. There's £10 right now.
No, you don't owe him because he owes you 10, so I just have to pay him 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So go on then. Just take.
Not whilst Coldplay are here.
So they've had to shoot off.
Come on.
I don't want to do it.
Why not?
It's
Tell me
been
what-
on now for half an hour.
Okay,
We
well,
haven't
okay.
done
Well, at
anything.
the end of this, why won't you do it? It's ridiculous. You won't have a shower. You won't take my shoes and socks off. You won't do anything. You won't give Dale Winton a rub down. What will you do for Christ's sake?
I don't want to do it. It's like my mum and dad have heard about how well I'm doing in London.
Yeah.
Right? They've heard about, the Sony Awards and that. They're talking to the mates. They're saying Carl's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen to him on Sky.
Yeah.
They're tuning in. I'm taking off socks for money.
What's up with that?
That'll be the first time that anyone in your family has actually made, you know, money without stealing, thieving,
It's
or
an
committing
honest-
some kind of
it's on-
atrocity.
Let's just do it quick then, because
first honest money.
getting on my nerves. It's actually annoying.
Excellent, alright, well,
Give me the money, Steve.
no, he's just taking a tenner off me.
The tenner back.
Right, okay.
Let's go like
You've
that.
got to do it properly, you ain't got to say that. You've got to, no, you've got to do it properly.
Slowly, go on, do it
Right, just gently, I can't see what's happening.
I'm working out shop, there's nothing normal.
No, come on, just get it done.
What's that?
You're whistling.
What's whistling? What's the whistling? Right.
Okay, now do it properly, gently.
Yes.
It's a sweaty trainer, which just makes it all the more...
Right,
Just
right.
gently caress it, caress it.
There's someone watching in the office.
Caress it there, don't just gently ease the
Gently
shot.
up, just gently up.
Just like working in a shoe shop, there's nothing weird about it.
Just gently ease it
I'm
off.
gonna burst! I'm gonna burst!
Alright, now it's just...
Right,
No,
just
come on,
stop.
gently do it, don't just rip it off.
Yeah.
Slowly, slowly, tease it. Tease it.
I don't like this! I just wasted a tenner and that wasn't
Now,
enjoyable at all.
wait a minute, you've got to say...
Say
You've got to
something nice
say...
about my ankle.
So you've got lovely toes and I love your ankle.
You got nice toes and that.
Say it
I
properly.
don't like it anymore!
Do it, and you've got to say, you've got to say for the tenor, otherwise you're taking it back, you've got to say what lovely ankles you've got, but in a sweet, seductive voice.
Right.
Right, you got nice ankles.
That is not how you would seduce a woman. You would not seduce a woman like that, Carl.
Oh, I don't...
Suzanne.
I don't...
Imagine that.
I don't know. I don't feel good about it.
Leave it off, because I want to see if we can get him to massage your toes.
See, I don't know what's worse. I mean, I didn't like the feeling much. That wasn't very nice because it was all rough, and I you know, and he's a skinhead and he's playing on the feet. And then I thought, oh, I've degraded him, so I don't know what I feel worse about.
You can keep the tenner that you owe me if you massage his toes.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
No, we paid him. He's done it. Yeah, the shoes are back on. We're something else next week. Something else next week. Okay.
If you'd like Carl to humiliate himself for money, email in.
Well, Suzanne was surprised that I was like, last night I told her about it, and I
Oh,
said,
why did you do that? I don't know what I feel now. That's not good. Well, I don't know. That's not good, is it?
and she just said, well, you know, you don't like chucking money away, and that. And it was funny because we got talking about when we bought our first flat in Manchester, right? I bought a bed, right? I didn't have much money, and what annoyed me is I bought the bed and it turned up, and I said, "Where's the mattress?" And they said, "Well, you don't get a mattress with the bed. You got to buy that separately." And I was like, "Well, that's not a bed then, right?" So I didn't have any more money. Suzanne's at work, so I thought, well, I don't want to stress her out at work and that, telling her we haven't got a mattress for the bed. I had a word with my dad, right? He knew a mate who had one in the back of a van, right? He said, I'll have a word with him, he'll let you have it. Got the van, brought it round, stunk of diesel and that, but I thought, well, it's free, let's do. Yeah. They brought it up, I stuck it in the spare room. Suzanne got home, she looked at the bed, she said, that looks alright. She said, where's the mattress? I said, it's in the next room, but I thought I won't tell her because she won't like the idea. She went in, the room stunk of like petrol fumes and that. She said, what's going on? I said, well, a mattress didn't come with the bed. So I've sorted you one out, I've got this off my dad. And we didn't have one night on it. She said, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had to go and ditch it.
I don't know what she was thinking. One of your father's friends is driving around in a van with a mattress in the back.
Yeah. Was he a serial killer?
I mean... And she didn't want to sleep on it.
Let's have Silence of the Lamb.
What kind of a cheapskate is she? What kind of a woman is she? That she won't sleep on a mattress that has been in the back of a transit van.
Yeah,
what
because it was
I'm
like
saying.
covered in
85.
petrol, diesel, probably urine, and Christ knows what else. Oh.
So, you know,
Would you swap pants with Steve for 50 quid now? You don't have to look at him, you go in the toilet, he takes his pants off in the toilet, leaves them there, you go in, right, you come out with your trousers on, you go in, right, take your pants off, put his pants on, leave your pants in the toilet, come out, you got his pants on, he goes in there, you come out, you swap pants, at the end of the show you put it back. How much?
when you say pants, what do you mean?
Just
Jeans.
underpants.
No, I'm not doing underpants.
Why? Why not?
Seriously, these were fresh on Thursday.
Yeah, but
For the
I mean,
BAFTAs. For the awards, the
do you
Sonys.
know what I mean? But I mean, just name your price. It's gonna be more than 20 quid. It's gonna be more than 20 quid. It's gonna be like 80 quid upwards, I think.
No, clean on today. They
Yeah.
were clean on today and they're boxers.
It's as bad for him as you. Don't remember that.
Thanks for that.
50 quid?
Really? Play a record.
No, hang on, you just said you'll give me 50 quid.
If you go and swap pants. I don't know what's in it for me, I don't know why I'm doing this. It started off as torturing Carl, but not only am I out of pocket, I don't actually want you two to swap pants or touch my ankles.
Well, Steve isn't
I don't know what I've
saying
done. I'm the victim here. I've paid out and I don't even like it. Play a record, I want to think about this.
I mean, I've got 50 quid if you... as long as we can swap the pants, but both be in the room at the same time.
Band of Gold by the artist who featured in a recent Rockbuster clue, which was, I think, the Jamaican fella needs an aspirin for his head, and it goes course to free the pain.
Brilliant.
Rockbuster's coming up, isn't it, Carl?
We settled now? Get it going?
No, let's
I thought we weren't doing this anymore.
I know, I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I mean,
But I mean, we're shooting off in a couple of weeks, so
yeah.
what difference does it make?
We might as well. Now you've mentioned it, it's a good time.
Come on.
Right? 3 cryptic clues like the one you just heard there. First one.
Cryptic, go like that. Is cryptic a word?
First one, my younger brother spotted you the other day. Right, that's the cryptic clue. My younger brother spotted you the other day. The initials JS. JFs for the band. Second one, that champagne belongs to the Boxers Kid.
The way he looks up, like it's Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
It's
That champagne belongs to the Boxers Kid. The initials are AM. And the third one, the Vibrators, and the initial B. Right? The Vibrators, and the initial is B. So the first one, my younger brother spotted you the other day.
I know that one. That's ridiculous.
JS.
The phone's going.
Second one, that champagne belongs to the Boxers Kid. AM. And the third one, the Vibrators, the initial B. So email in, and you win. You can say the prizes later, can't you?
Well, I tell you what, this is terrible. I mean, we didn't even say the prizes. We weren't going to do this. The phone's going. Look at the phones are going mental.
Right, well,
Carl, did you ever do paintings and drawings at school and then bring them home and your mum put them on the fridge?
no, not really. I never brought them home.
What, did you just screw them up and throw them in the bin?
I just left them at school. They've never had a bag. Alright?
Radiohead. There, on XFM 104.9. You see,
I'm sick of it.
no, wait, this is giving me an idea because I think what the best thing about this show is what happens when the records are playing. Because we sort of. That's an example. Inarticulate. Yeah? Didn't have anything planned. Well, I started my mouth moving, but I didn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
Like.
Why was that? Why didn't you have anything planned there?
What?
Why didn't you know what you were going to say then?
Because.
What were you doing when Radiohead was on?
Well, I made Carl a new uniform that he has to wear in the second hour. What did I do?
You got tissue paper,
Yeah. Toilet roll, yeah.
ripped a bit off,
Yeah.
made a little tie for me, and put some in my ears.
Yeah, so we had earplugs and matching tie.
Yeah.
And he looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had earplugs and matching tie, and I squeezed it in there, and he went, I can't, it'll irritate me. So, I'm thinking of things all the time to make this more fun for me.
Yes.
And it is just like that.
Can I, sorry, a quick question. Just want to raise, Steve, just want to raise a little point.
Go on.
You say that you're spending most of your time thinking about how you can make this more entertaining for yourself.
Yeah.
Is it worth ever considering the listeners?
Well, I think that if
If you're happy, they're happy. I'm not sure that's true. I've been monitoring a lot of the feedback on email and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be the case.
But that's because Carl won't go along with stuff.
Sure.
I mean, they could see on the webcam his little matching earplugs and tie that I made. I just did a cartoon that went for £350, right, on the website, right? So that's one now. Yeah, we're gonna make it really good. We're gonna give them lots of stuff and signed DVDs and everything. So that's great. 350 quid. Who was it?
I think her name was Joanne. It's not definite yet because we haven't got the money off her.
Wow,
She's-
you got to trust them, haven't you? And so I think people would love to have had a matching You know, I'd have signed it and everything. Little matching earplugs and necktie made out of toilet roll.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't want to wear it. But I had a great idea for a show, right? We filmed the behind the scenes, right, of each show. So, you know, you get a CD of what went out, but you saw what happened behind the scenes, right? And it follows us through a week, right? And it's called X-Men 3.
Ah, I see, because of XFM.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we can film all Carl, what Carl looks like when I'm squeezing his head, what he's like when we're trying to make him touch us, all that sort of stuff. When he's getting all stressed out in the day and we just pop up, what he looks like, his little head, everything.
And would this be broadcast on TV? Or?
I think so. I think Choice, something like BBC 3. Yeah.
I mean,
Again,
it's
you know,
not because I mean, I'm very much in the centre of the storm. I'm very much the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
And I know that I myself would not want to watch that.
Really?
No, because it's...
Any negative, Carl? It was like this when you came up with Cheap as Chimps. He wanted to drop Rockbusters. What was the other thing he didn't like?
That other TV idea I had.
Yeah, what, putting a baby in a room, setting it on fire and see if it can make its way out?
Setting the room on fire. Let's not get silly.
No, but he didn't like that, did he?
I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but it does seem to me that my criticism of those things is probably justified. I mean, Cheap as Chimps, where is it now?
Well,
It's
Donald
but,
McIntyre took it.
not really, Carl, not really. It is but a pitiful memory. Both your game show ideas terrible. This TV show idea, I think, again, it's only interesting to you, Rick. This is what you fail to realise. You've got no sense of the greater public. To be honest, I'm just taking this from what people are emailing in. They're not interested in Carl.
I don't read the emails.
They're not interested in Carl.
I don't read the emails. They're not interested in Carl.
They're not interested in Carl.
But if we did a documentary about him, like they did about Oliver, the human Z, or
that's a different case.
or that the girl that was older than her mum, or you know, all those other sort of things. I think if we actually did a definitive documentary and got in doctors to talk about him, and showed him
That psychiatrist from Big Brother.
yeah, and just talked about it, and then showed him in his environment. I think it'd be brilliant. I think it'd be a brilliant show.
But I think that's interesting. I think you're right. Some kind of anthropological study of Carl, fascinating. You making a little necklace for him, I'm not so convinced.
But that'll be part of it. Play record, let's think about this, because I think this is an idea. If any broadcasters are listening, like Greg Dyke or, you know, we'd even go to Channel 5 with this, I think, wouldn't we?
I mean, alternatively, if you'd like to incorporate Carl into some kind of Blue Peter appeal...
Let's do so much. Let's just get Carl. Look at his face. How could you not? See, a lot of people still know what you look like, Carl. Play record. Turin Breaks, Painkiller on XFM 104.9.
A couple of emails, Rick, that I ought to notify you about. Holly has emailed in. She wants us to wish her good luck. She says that she's one of 15,000 women who will be walking 26 miles around London starting at midnight tonight in their bras to raise money for breast cancer research.
Prostitutes?
No, just regular ladies, I think.
Oh, right.
But I was at a loose end, so that's something for me to do. I'll pop that and support them.
Also, we've got to say hello to Sonia, who's it's her 18th birthday, and we're going to play a little Smiths track for her later. So we're trying to
be interactive.
Yeah. I've seen how other DJs do it. They have phones. They go, and how are you celebrating tonight? Oh, we're just going out, Foxy. Have a good time. Here we go. This is, you know what I mean? Yeah. We've got to be. I've guessed we had Chris Martin in from Coldplay, which to be a lot.
Well, Chris is still here.
Hello.
Chris, how did you come up with the ideas for your songs?
Just make them up in my head with the guitar.
And how old are you now, Chris?
28.
Thanks very much for that. More from Chris Martin later, I imagine.
Cheers.
We've also had an email.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chris. We've also had an email from Jim. It's as easy as that. We've had an email from Jim. He says, on the subject of the postcards, his brother once met the bloke who posed for the photo on those biros that when you tip them up, the black ink kind of sinks away, and it shows him nude. And he was apparently an aspiring model, and he got paid $75 for it in Hong Kong in the 70s.
Carl, would you have done that? Would you pose nude for a pen for $75? I mean, inflation, can't it? Let's double it every 10 years, say. So, yeah, that's 150, 300. I'll give you 600 quid to post news for biros that we'd give away for XFM.
An XFM biro, where your clothes sink away when you turn it upside down.
And what sort of shape was this fella in? Did
He's
it
in pretty good shape, yeah, I think.
look 600 quid?
Yeah. I'll make it back on selling the pens.
I won't do that.
I always remember being at school, the first time I ever encountered one of those pens. There was a kid at school, Jason, and he had a pen, one of those pens, and he turned it upside down, and it was where the woman's clothes sink away and she's naked.
Yeah.
And I remember sort of seeing it, and him showing it to everyone, all the young lads, and them thinking, this is amazing. And I remember thinking it was like the idea that it was sort of a way to cheat teachers. Oh, there's Jason, he's just got a pen there with a picture of a woman
Yeah.
wearing some clothes. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If he brings a porn mag in, I'll have it.
Exactly.
But yeah, but I can't.
But I've always imagined, can you imagine how embarrassing would it be to be caught masturbating over one of those pens?
Businessman.
Yeah, exactly. His wife catches him.
You're gonna know to sue it. I'm going to. Sorry. So what are you doing?
Not just doing some writing with this regular pen.
Right. What?
Well, no, don't turn it upside down.
Can I just come round where you're sitting? Just. Why are you naked?
The only thing I think more embarrassing would be to be caught masturbating looking into a mirror.
Well, for you maybe. For me and Carl, alright.
We should give the Rockbusters clues again one final time before we give out the answers. And I should mention the prizes as well. If you still want to enter, we've got various things: couple of CDs, a Smash Hits CD.
Right, looking into a mirror.
Let's move on from that. Club Anthems 2003, Strange and
being
Beautiful.
nude.
Eh?
I hate being nude anyway.
Why? What do you mean you hate being nude?
It's not normal if you walk about. Do you walk about the house with out on?
No, because we've got windows.
Yeah, but alright, with the blind shut or whatever.
Well, I have a bath.
No,
With
no,
the
but
blind
say
shut in.
like with Jane and that. Are you happy walking about?
No, just no. I'll walk around in my pants or a towel. I won't purposely walk around nude for the sake of it. No.
No, I know,
So-
but I in the morning I don't mind when I get up.
Yeah.
Go for a shower. But I don't sort of flaunt it about. I just wondered if that's normal or.
Well, no. What do you mean? Is it normal? If there's no one can see you, then
No, like, but your girlfriend's in and that. But what I mean is,
yeah.
it's like you can put a pair of pants on, can't you? Do you know, all I'm saying is,
Well,
I
put
just wonder-
Steve's on if you want.
Yeah, for 30 quid.
What do you want to do? Do you want to put a pair of pants on now?
No, it's just like you're asking me to do it for a pen.
What would you do, right? What would you do, right, if you did that thing with Steve and you left your pants in there, and you went and you put his on, but it was sort of like it was damp.
Right, so Rockbusters then, we'll get this out of the way, right?
So
First
the
one.
prizes, Carl. I've mentioned there's a number of CDs. We've also got Wild Weather, a fascinating. It looks like 2 VHS set about weather, about various weather conditions around the world. That must be selling like hotcakes.
Sean Lloyd could be in that now.
Yeah,
couldn't she?
indeed. And also signed by Norman. It's Fatboy Slim's Big Beach Boutique. That must have been troublesome for the station that has close ties with Norman to get hold of. But well done. And that's Fatboy Slim, Big Beach Boutique. So yeah, there's a number of not bad prizes to give away there. And the clues were, Carl?
First one was my younger brother spotted you the other day. The initials JS. We had That Champagne Belongs to the Boxer's Kid. That was AM. And third one, The Vibrators.
That's rubbish, that
And
one.
the initial B.
We'll give away the prizes and the answers next.
Well, we gonna play a record, or what we got coming up? We got Monkey News.
We got
Got loads, too numerous to mention at the moment.
We got any adverts?
some of them.
Oh, brilliant!
Cramming in later.
Excellent. Look forward to that.
Joe Jackson.
Good track, good tune.
Oh, it's on.
Different for girls. Joe Jackson on XFM 104 Retro Cut. Bit of Monkey News would be good, Carl, if you got that. Well, we're struggling here. We're struggling, Steve.
Wait a minute. You say that, but wait a minute. The answers to Rockbusters are coming up right now. So you thought people were turning off?
Oh my God! What have we done? We've done Take My Shoes Off for Money. Take My Shoes Off for Money. We've done that. We've done oh, look at these funny postcard breasts. And we've done We Didn't Win a Sony. Coming up,
Regular
Monkey
features.
Jeez. Got nothing, have we?
Come on.
Sometimes it's good. Come on, Carl, save us. You've got to save us.
So
We've done.
Rockbusters answers now. We're doing them now, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. First one, my younger brother spotted you the other day. The
Yeah.
initials there, JS. That was Junior Senior.
Yeah, good. I'll give you that.
Second one, That Champagne Belongs to the Boxer's Kid. That was AM. That was Alison's Moye. Alison's Moye. Alison Moye. the
Sorry,
second
just
one.
give us the clue again.
That champagne belongs to the boxer's kid.
So, Muhammad Ali's son.
Yeah.
Right, Ali Sons Moye.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then third one, always an easy one in there for everyone to can take part. The Vibrators, the initials B, that's Buzzcocks.
You can't say Cox. That's why we win the award. That's why you can't say Cox.
Have we got a winner?
We have indeed. I chose him because his name amused me, which is a bit
It's not
harsh.
Mr. Tits.
No, Gerald Preston. Sorry, Gerald, I don't know why that tickled me. It's so
That
unfair.
only tickled me because it's not funny. There's
so
nothing funny
unfair.
with Gerald Preston. There is nothing funny.
I think it was because it sounded like it was a man of a different generation. I think that was why
Gerald Preston.
it sounded like...
That's terrible.
I know.
Right, Gerald, there's nothing funny about that name.
There's nothing funny about the name, Gerald.
Steve just made me laugh. He did.
I don't know why that made us funny, it made us laugh, but it just tickled me.
Oh.
But Gerald, whatever you think of your name, don't worry because these prizes
There's
include
nothing funny
Fatboy
about
Slim.
Gerald Preston.
I don't know, Gerald, if you're a fan of Wild Weather, but you've got a 2VH set coming to your way, so you certainly will be interested in extreme weather conditions by the end of that, I would have thought. Plus some
dear.
arbitrary CDs, so good luck, Jerry.
Oh dear. Excellent. Right, brilliant.
Good. That's that sorted. Right, let's have another tune and then maybe some monkey news.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now you've sort of mentioned a bit of monkey news, that I've found something in the week, right, that we've talked about in the past, right, that I've got some other monkey stuff, but this is just, oh, forget it.
What? Come on. What's the matter with you?
Right, do you know that thing we did ages ago?
What?
When we were out one day and we were talking about monkeys in a room with a PC, and if you leave them in there long enough,
Yeah, eventually an infinite amount of monkeys, or one monkey in an infinite amount of time, will eventually type the complete works of Shakespeare. Yeah.
we talked about that ages ago.
Yeah.
I said it wouldn't happen.
No, it doesn't make sense. You can't say it wouldn't happen. It doesn't make sense. It's a mathematical conundrum. It doesn't
Anyway.
make sense. Go on.
Anyway, right, they got a couple of monkeys.
All right. So not an infinite amount then.
Okay, so, alright, but never mind.
Yeah.
Got a couple of monkeys, put it in a room.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was one PC or they got a job lot or whatever,
Not an infinite amount then.
and left them in there for a month.
Oh, not an infinite amount of time then either.
Okay.
So 2 monkeys a month. Okay, go on. Yeah, I see the experiment's working
No,
so
about-
far.
about 8 monkeys.
Oh, 8 monkeys. Oh, let me just work that out as a fraction of infinity. It's one. Oh, infinity, 8 into infinity. Oh God, a month.
And what happened then, Carl? Did they type the complete works of Shakespeare? I'm assuming they
No,
did.
no, they only did a proportion of it.
Okay, what
They
did
just did Macbeth.
What happened then, Carl? Please tell us.
They didn't have anything. They didn't come up with anything.
You're an idiot, Carl. You really are an idiot. Play a record. That's ridiculous. What did you expect? What did you expect?
Yeah,
A bit of Keats.
No,
And Pastry
no.
of the Radio Times by one of them, the cleverest one.
No, but what they did say is they didn't even write one word out.
What? No, you don't. No, infinity or nothing. That's the point. There's a big leap between any number you could think of and infinity. In fact, an infinite leap. Do you understand the concept of infinity? Don't rub your eyes. I lost him on Do You.
Yeah.
Didn't I? Right, play a
Did they
record.
Did they type nothing from like any of the Tarzan books?
Nothing.
But they must have read them. I mean, that was their favourite, surely. I'm stunned.
I can't believe they didn't even do like a transcript of Every Which Way But Loose.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. They must have chosen some really thick monkeys.
They didn't type any of Charlton Heston's speeches from Planet of the Apes.
I can't believe it.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. You'd have thought 6 monkeys in a month would have done something.
Yeah. At least the script for BJ and the Bear. The irony being, of course, in BJ and the Bear, that it was a monkey, not a bear.
Really? Stuck in a moment. You can't get out of it by you two. I know how they feel.
Oh, just a quick thought. I just had some thought. Just a little update on something we talked about ages ago on the show. You might remember I said once that if I ever met Dido, I thought I had a good chance with her.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she looks like the sort of woman that would work in, say, a photocopying shop.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she'd probably be quite charmed by
Or
me
a
and stuff.
secretary that sort of like wrote a couple of songs.
Exactly.
And the boss said, entered her in something.
Yeah.
And it won.
She did them at the Christmas party. Everyone clapped.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, anyway, just an update on that. So far, nothing's happened.
You haven't met her?
Nothing's going
No,
on. So
okay.
I'll keep you posted on that, Rick. I know you're interested.
I imagine it's a foregone conclusion when you do though. That's
only
the
a matter
beauty
of
of it. It's, you know, when I hear you met her, you don't need to say any more.
Okay, well, I'll
just say,
I'll let you
just
know.
wink and say I met Dido last night, and I go
Yeah.
say no more.
Exactly.
You don't need.
I'll just look a little bleary-eyed.
Yeah, yeah.
And probably still wearing the same clothes.
From the mace.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anyway, I just thought I'd keep you abreast of that.
Yeah. All the best from London, Carl. Come on, Carl, cheer up.
Talking
You've
of
had a
tits,
good
Carl.
week.
Do you have to do a month's notice?
Little bit of friction between Steve and Carl. I think they're, you know, they're getting to each other, which is
These underpants are pinching.
Come on, Carl, cheer up. You're lucky. You know how many people would pay good money to.
Carl, you've had a good night out this week. You went to the Sony's, you had a free meal.
That annoyed me. I don't.
Yeah, we came away empty-handed, but it
Yeah.
was a good night, wasn't it? You enjoyed that?
Did you enjoy that? I ate it, but go on.
I'm just finding more and more things are annoying me.
Really?
Like even like at that Sony's night, right? You've got a lot of respectable people going to that thing. You know, people who are high up at the BBC and that.
Yeah.
And just the way, you know, it's a posh night. There's people there with dinner jackets on and stuff. And then I went to the toilet for a wee. Old fella in there. I thought he looks like he's been in the radio game for years. Probably done loads of award-winning Sony stuff.
Yeah.
You know, all the BBC documentaries they do, in-depth stuff. And I thought, you know, I wonder if I'll be like him when I'm older. I wonder if I'm as good as him. Thinking all that, he's having a wee in the next urinal. Farts.
I know. Yeah.
He just farts. Old fella in a dinner jacket, probably hired. And I thought,
But
he's
is that
not even
it's
showing
that like
respect to
they
that.
try to? They think, well, I better do it in here, and it's sort of like a trumpet, and everyone just goes, yeah, that's fine. What's up with that? You know, yeah, I know what you mean. It's just the arrogance of doing
He
it.
just did it. It sounded like a lost whale. and he didn't sort of go and try and clinch it. He carried on, and then he went, oh, that was a good one.
Really?
Old fella, must have been about 70.
Oh dear.
And
Well, better out than in.
Yeah.
but it's not though. I wasn't brought up like that. You see,
Right.
because I did it. I mean, I never really did it that much as a kid,
Sure.
and then I was at my mum and dad's.
You never did it that much as a kid. What, farted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just like, you know, as a joke and that.
We are taping this for next year's Sony Award, aren't we? We're taping this, what we're talking about now, aren't we? To hand in, because this is, go on.
But I was at my mum and dad's, right? And Suzanne was sat on the floor in front of me, and she was like, "Oh, rub me neck, it's hurting." So I thought, oh, and I hate doing that. It really it bores me.
Well,
right?
she's your girlfriend, for goodness
I
sake.
know, Dale Winton's different, you're getting paid for that, go on.
So I thought the only way to shift her is I'll let one go, right? So I did that.
It's such a loving relationship.
I love that, that's great!
So
Like
she's-
doing the washing up badly.
Yeah.
She won't ask me again, what have you done? I've smashed the cups up and I've written in excrement across the wall. Well, that's no good, isn't it? Well, I won't do it again then.
Maybe the marigolds, I'll do it.
I've nailed the cat to the fridge, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Go on.
But yeah, so I did that, and it worked. She sort of got up and said, "Oh," and my dad said, "What do you do that for?"
What was he thinking?
So I said, "Oh, I hate rubbing her neck. It does me in." So he says, "You know, I've never trumped in front of your mother for 40 years."
Sorry, where was this? Chigley? Why is this family talking like this? Young Carl, I've never trumped in front of your mother in the 35 years. Why? What? I don't know what.
No, it's just that he said, you know, we've done a lot of things in the family. That
Hold
we're
on.
proud of and
What did he say that for? What? He's never trumped in front of your mother.
He just offered that information up.
that. Well, he just was surprised that I did it. He said, "Where have you got that from?"
Yeah.
Whoa, he's lowering intestines, I thought. What do you have to imagine there's a class of farting. Oh, we haven't told our kids about farting. He doesn't do it. We haven't told him about it. We don't do it. You have to learn it, do you?
No, but there's a place. That's what I was always told.
Go on.
There's a place for that.
Cornwall.
So, and my mum, you know, it's the same. She doesn't do it.
Right.
If she goes to the toilet to, you know, do what you got to do, she makes sure, like, she'll sort of say things like, "Are you going out for a walk?"
Are you going out for a walk?
Does she think? Does she know that you're broadcasting this?
Well, yeah.
She's probably around at the neighbours now, listening.
Yeah.
Any of you going out for a walk?
Yeah, it's not
So she waits until everyone's left, or?
She doesn't like the thought that everyone... Do you know, like, cats don't like you staring at them when they're doing it?
I've never stared at a cat while it was doing anything.
Have you ever had a pet cat?
What do you think? Yeah, go on.
No, it's just that cats, you know, if you get them a little litter tray,
Yeah.
I remember being told, like, no, when it does use it, don't sort of go and look at it. 'Cause it puts it off. I was the same as a kid. I didn't, when I had a nappy...
Who comes and looks at you when you're on the bottom?
No, when I was a kid and I was in a nappy, right, I used to always, like, there was a corner in the kitchen that I'd always go to. And everyone would be
Where do
like...
you go to the toilet?
Because they had a nappy on.
Oh yeah, right, how old were you?
14th birthday?
About 3 or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And I used to always go to this corner, and
Yeah.
everyone said, right, he's going to the corner, don't watch, don't stare at him.
The thing is, I can so imagine you because you've got the same head.
Yeah, you look like a baby.
It's just the pain in his head. Putting that. Would you put a nappy on for 50 quid?
Now,
Yeah. I'll just sitting, just do your work,
well,
right?
anyway,
Just sit in the
right,
corner.
So I'm not doing that, right? So yeah, my mum's like that, and something else she's good. I mean, people might not know.
At dinner party, oh, that's Mrs. Pilkington just in the corner, just don't look at her.
Yeah, don't look at Mrs. P.
She's just in the corner of our kitchen, don't just look at her. What's she doing? She's just doing her business. She's there she is squatting. Are you going for a walk?
Sorry, you were saying, Carl.
Another trick I've learned from her, right? If you're using, say, a friend's toilet or something, and you don't want to leave your mark, just use...
Go down the toilet and flush it.
Take a box of matches with you.
Yes.
Set fire to the curtains.
The girls calls it a distraction.
Burn the place down, have a wonderful crap, and just leave when the fire brigade get there.
Forget it.
Who is it?
It's Vines.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
We don't go brilliant, do you? If you're going to talk, you do say something useful.
There you go. Vines, they're homesick.
Brilliant. Now, Carl, we should do monkey news now, because I know you want to save it, but I think you should put your best stuff first. You never know what will happen, you know what I mean? Always put your best stuff out there.
Let me just get it out of the...
Okay, well, while he's getting it, can we have a jingle for monkey news?
Yeah.
Oh,
chimpanzee that monkey news.
tell you what, right, about putting your best stuff first.
Yeah.
Do you know we were saying the other week about in Chinatown?
Not really a town.
Well, it's not a town, right? And like the restaurants, they have like
Oh, those old dead ducks and chickens just hanging in the window, yeah.
an octopus and all that just
Yeah.
hanging there,
Yeah.
and that doesn't like make you want to go in, does it?
No, sure.
This morning, walking through Soho on the way in, walked past this sort of strip joint place. This woman said, "Do you want to come in, sir?" Right, turn round. She must have been about 80.
So you're equating her to a hangy bit of octopus.
Well,
You said, are you performing?
And a chicken.
I'm just saying, again, put your best stuff at the front door.
Yeah, good thinking.
Right, anyway, bit of monkey news that's been sent in.
Right.
Gareth in Catford.
Right, good work, Gary.
Basically, it's about this monkey
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in the jungle. It's got a gig at an hairdresser's.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's got itself a nice little job going in an hairdresser's.
As what?
It gets people sitting down, and what it does before the people have their hair cut, that it sort of sits there, and it goes through people's hair, makes sure it's clean, and people are loving it.
Right. So it's a pet monkey. It's nothing to do with it getting a gig in an hairdresser's. It's a pet monkey.
It's not working at Monkey and Guy.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's in there. I think it might have started off as a job, and then.
So what does it say? It says junior £15, stylist £35, monkey £63.
So I didn't quite follow. It's in the jungle.
It was wandering about.
Right,
maybe it did
But
start
it
off.
looks good, its hair looks good, someone thought, hang
Yeah, but
on.
never ever. You see, people make that mistake with hairdressers anyway. I always say, well, if the hairdresser's got a good haircut, go to where he's going,
Right.
right? Because that's what I thought when I read it about having a good haircut.
How often
right?
do you go to the hairdressers?
Well, not that much anymore, but I used to always think that.
You used to go to a bloke who told me had his shack on a railway bridge that used to shake when a train went over.
Yeah.
Because it was £2.
Yeah, but before that, I've never had that much luck with hairdressers. Before that was another place, and it was run by sort of, you know, these sort of wannabe gangster type people.
Oh yeah.
But they'd, you know, you'd go in
What
for
do
a
you mean by
haircut.
wannabe gangsters?
Well, sort of just petty crime stuff. You'd go in for a haircut and then you'd walk out with a video recorder. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to take it.
No, but they'd sort of spend ages flogging you that whilst cutting your hair. It was their thing. It's like, right, sit down, you alright? Oh, you
So
know.
for the weekend, what do you think though? Maybe a Sony.
Yeah. So that's when I stopped going there, because it was like, just what a haircut. I don't want to be hassled. by
Which
it.
one said that you had the hair of a Chinaman?
It's a fella who works in a railway station haircut.
Well, he should
Absolutely.
know. I mean, he's been around a bit, clearly, if he runs a shack next to a railway station.
So,
Can we just go back to Monkey News for
yeah,
a second?
so anyway, that's all, yeah.
I didn't quite follow why he's still his salon is in the jungle, or where is it?
No, he was doing what he does in the jungle, right?
Right.
He's walking about, he wanders into the hairdressers.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have him on, like, as a job straight away, he was just there.
He was
He
just
said, this is
yeah.
nice. He's sat there picking the nits and...
Carl, I don't know where to start.
Then-
it's just it's the embellishment. You don't walk in. He walked from a jungle to an hairdresser's. I mean, you're an idiot. You really are. I'd love to see you try and get a job in an hairdresser. If there was another monkey up for it, you'd never get a job.
So he was good at that. People said this is relaxing. Apparently he had really nice hands, soothing, right, on people's heads. He said, let's put him on the payroll. So
Let's put him on the payroll. What do you mean?
No, I'll give you that.
Okay, this is the news item, is it? Customers are queuing up to have their hair done at a salon in the jungle
There you go.
by a monkey. Judy, a pigtailed macaque, has a reputation as the best exterminator of head lice in Com Kane. She is so good, some customers fall asleep under her gentle touch. Regular Amperon Shakema said, Judy's hands are so soft and gentle, I really feel I can relax.
But you know that is doing what it does naturally. It's looking for like salt and stuff in the hair and nits. It's not on the payroll. It doesn't complain about when it gets deducted at national insurance.
It's not part of the union.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But a good Monkey News, you know, backed up with good tabloid journalism.
With solid
Yeah.
evidence there.
So,
Now I think maybe we should start marking the Monkey News, Rick. I don't know what you think. Giving it marks out of 10, maybe. For both interest and validity.
well, for interest, I'll give it 7. For Carl believing that there was something to this monkey, thinking it had a job and getting paid.
But it was also doing kind of perms
2.
and colouring.
2.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Again, ridiculous.
More Monkey News next week. Hopefully let's just hear that jingle again.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News. Peace Train. Isn't that brilliant? Cat Stevens. Now, well, I've sort of enjoyed the last sort of, you know, hour or so after the disappointment of the Sonys. I think we are going to give up, to be honest. Do another week and then shoot off.
Yeah, knock it on the head.
Okay. We were doing it for a laugh anyway. But
If they're not going to reward us for that, then
do you know what I mean?
it's not really worth it.
But I'll tell you what could. But what about this, Carl? Can you find out who was on the panel? Can you?
But what difference does it make?
Well, I want you to interview. I want you to phone them up and I want to tell them why they didn't think our show was any
Yeah,
good.
let them explain themselves.
Just explain themselves. They've got to stand by their convictions. Find them all. Track them down. There's probably about
Yeah, but
300.
what do you expect then?
I
You're
want
not
to tell
gonna
the
say,
truth.
no,
I
you're
want-
right, the monkey news should have, you know, done the job for you.
I just want people. I don't want to sit in a room and hide. I want the 3 people on the panel. I'll find them out to say we didn't vote for you because we thought it was shoddy, amateurish, annoying. There was too much swearing. I'll go, fair enough. Well done, mate. You. We didn't vote for you because Carl's voice is an irritant. Okay? Okay? Well done, mate. You're alright. We didn't vote for you because, Gervais, you're a fat, useless git who understands nothing about broadcasting. And you make Steve
something.
yeah, and I'll go, right, I'm not so happy with that, but at least you told the truth. But get them on the phone, find out from Andrew.
I noticed none of them have mentioned me, which is good.
I know,
think
yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, they probably all love Steve.
No one likes to pick on an invalid, though. Do you know what I mean? That's just.
We got a player request here for what's her name? Don't leave it. Sonia, who's 18 today. We couldn't find William. It was really nothing Wordsmith because whoever is in charge of the library, I mean, they probably won an award for it. But you know, she didn't ask for 4 non-blondes, so I found There Is a Light by the Smiths. So a week to go.
It's not. I'm not.
Blur and Out of Time. They're joking, there's 2 hours to go. On XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. A new leaf, bit of a blow at the Sonys. Not like that. I mean, you know, we were taken aback.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. And we've got guests. Jonathan lost one and he has guests, so we're going to have guests in. One of which is sort of a tie-in. He's going to explain himself. It's Dr. Fox, Dr. Neil Fox, popped in for a chat. It's a pre-record, we've got that. Although live in the second hour, we're going to have a chat to the girls from Tattoo, who are upstairs at the moment in Capitol, and they're going to pop down and have a little chat with us. So we're really trying to, you know, make this more of an interactive show. We don't know yet whether we're going to give up or not. It depends how this show goes. Yeah, look forward to that. But we've got some great. We went down to the big library, so we don't have to rely on 4 non-blondes and the you know, the 2 jam tracks that are up here. We went down to the big library, and we've got some great tracks, Steve, haven't we? We've got some classics. Should we play one now?
Well, before that, I just remember that some of the criticism we received, I think, was that we're perhaps not taking into consideration the listeners. A lot of shows, a lot of radio shows, they cater very much to the community, to the area which they're broadcasting. They interact with the listenership.
Where's the fun in that?
I agree with
well for me, really.
I'd just like to justify why we don't tend to correspond or interact with the listeners. Here's a typical email from Vicky, age 25. She asks, do you ski? Rick, that's her question.
No, I
do you ski, yes or no?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Right, there you are. Thanks, Vic. Brilliant. Keep those coming in.
See, he's turned him against us, Carl. What do you think, Carl? What do you think of Steve's attitude there?
It's alright.
No insight like that coming later.
Black Grape, Kelly's Heroes, and XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Okay? Proper radio. As you know, we're a bit gutted that we won nothing at the Sony Awards. We found out that on the panel was Dr. Fox, probably one of the greatest DJs in the world.
One of the great living broadcasters.
I certainly think that he's up there.
Yeah.
With Tarrant, John O'Coleman. And so...
Chris Moles.
Great Chris Moles. We asked him to... He's also on the Pop Idol panel, so he can make and break people. So we asked him, basically, to explain himself. Why did we win nothing? Why were we so bad? This is what he had to say.
The award, guys, was called the Entertainment Award. Right, now, in itself, I think that should probably tell you something about what should be on the tape. There should be some entertainment. And it just wasn't very entertaining. Actually, I don't mean that sounds quite horrible sitting here in front of you now, but it just wasn't very entertaining.
But fundamentally, what elements did you not find entertaining?
The fact that it didn't seem entertaining me at all was part of it. I mean, it's a bit of like how long's a piece of string, isn't it? What is entertaining?
We have talked about string on the show before, though.
Then there were loads of people I've never heard of in my life, and some of those were perhaps a bit more entertaining than you. The people that got silver, I think they were called Joe and Twiggy, who worked for a station in the Midlands, I think Trent FM. They were actually pretty funny.
Funnier than ours stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they were actually. Yeah, they were funny, and they seem to sort of understand their local. They seem to understand their market a bit more. And then I got onto yours. I think, oh, great, Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's really funny in that program, isn't he? I must watch that. I'm gonna absolutely die laughing here. And oh god, it was painful.
How would you have improved it? Just listening.
Bit of humour, be quite good. Bit of humour, essential. I would think to an entertainment show. A bit of prep, you know, a bit so get in there and actually think about what it's going to do, perhaps.
Right, okay.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fox, for your honesty. We've got to the bottom. While you're here, can I just show you this? That lump. Do you still do prescriptions? Well,
Fox there.
he was, you know,
He was honest, he was blunt.
he was blunt. You know, that.
I'd like a second opinion. I really do. He's not actually a doctor. In fact, well, he used to be called Dr. Fox, and now he just calls himself Neil Fox. I think he's been struck off.
No, he's Neil Fox MD.
Right.
He's just.
I wondered if there was some malpractice that something happened.
Well, I mean, we
someone
can't-
was under, and he sort of, you know, went a little bit crazy.
Leave it there.
Yeah.
Because Froggy will not take that lightly.
Who?
Froggy.
What doing Froggy?
He's Dr. Frog now. He's changed his name Fox. He hates Fox.
But are we going to heed his criticism because it was about there was no preparation?
Yeah.
We weren't funny, fair enough.
Yeah.
There was just really no content.
We didn't care about
We didn't
our
care about the show.
demographic we were meant to be aiming at.
Just seems like a lot of work, all that.
Well, I think what we can do is we can take it all on board and immediately forget it and carry on because it's easier. What about that?
Brilliant.
I'll tell you what we could do though. Play some bloody great tunes.
Thanks very much.
Athlete, you got the style on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, innit? Alright?
Brilliant.
Well, you know, the funny thing was, the day of the Sonys, the radar figures came out. That's the body that tells exactly how many listeners you've got, etc. And XFM went down a little bit across the board, except one show, Steve, that went up 34%.
Keep talking.
Well, what show do you think that was?
Libby's Overborn. No. The Christian Connell Breakfast Show.
No, it was this little mother of a show.
Really? Up 34%.
Yeah. Everything else went down. We went up 34%. So maybe Dr. Fox should be listening to those figures. Yeah, well, we get a pay rise. We get a 34% pay rise, Carl.
Ooh, up to 80 quid a month.
Just for the last, 2 years, there's been nothing there. You've still been getting the same money, haven't you? That's the way it works.
There's been what then?
You're not paid per listener, are you? It's just... You know what I mean?
It seems like it.
I think they've each given us 5 pence.
Exactly.
I went along to, I came in from the presenters meetings this, I've never been before, a presenters meeting, I didn't know they existed, and I just came in to annoy Carl. It was about 5 to 6, so I was going to get him as he knocked off. We're going to have a
Sorry, and the presenters meeting is what? That's where they dish out which amusing news stories they're going to read out, is it?
Yeah, or no, what order they're going to play, Athlete, Coldplay, the Vines. And I went upstairs, all the people there, and quite interesting, wasn't it, Carl? Yeah. You know why the figures went down a little bit?
Go on.
The war.
Is that what they said?
The war, yeah. At one point, I said to Carl, just how many listeners died in this war? Because I thought he was saying that they were at the front.
Yeah.
Or XLM listeners went, well, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to Iraq.
Well, the reason our listeners
Tell Zoe to tape it for me.
The reason our listenership went up is that just tells you who's listening to us. Cowards, yellow bellies, children, women,
People with fallen arches.
terrorists.
Oh dear. Yeah, I didn't. It was quite a good meeting. Now I saw some.
So what exactly? Is there anything I missed out on? Is it
No,
important
they
information?
just, it went down a little bit, except our show, which went up 34%.
Up 34%, but
Yeah,
no awards.
remember
for
that. And then you went out. You went out afterwards, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to bar to a couple of drinks and that.
Yeah.
And then a few of them went on to Stringfellas.
No, they didn't.
Well, some of them did. Zoe
Who?
did. Zoe and a few of the office people and that. I went out.
Stringfellas.
Yeah.
To what? To watch lap dancing? To be what?
Yeah, that's what goes on there, isn't it? I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I've never been to Stringfellas, I don't know what.
But no. Why would they?
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to people about it the day after, and they said, "Oh, you missed out." I said, "Well, did I?" I So how does it work? They said, well, you know, you pay.
Never quite understood lap dancing. Never quite understood it. Well, it's basically someone dancing naked, rubbing their arse in your face.
Yeah.
That's basically the gist of it, is it?
But you can't. The rules is you can't touch.
Do they do a home service?
I just think it's nearly. I've got to be careful what I say it, but it's sort of, you know, I'm not dissing swing fellows or anything, but is that not sort of like one step down from prostitution?
That's such an antiquated. What?
No,
You
but I
from the
mean-
19th century?
No, but I mean, what? It's like it's. Well, I don't quite understand it. Have you?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Because the thing is, I said, how does it work? They said, you pay 20 quid. You get some clean money, sort of like little vouchers that you stick in the knickers or whatever.
Oh God!
Clean money.
Yeah,
Disinfected money. Okay.
well, just like vouchers.
Can you put loose change in there? Because I got a lot of that.
But,
I owe you.
Yeah.
Go on.
20 quid it is.
Right.
And I just don't get it, because I mean I'm not tight with money or anything, but
No.
you pay your 20 quid, they dance in front of you, but you're not allowed to touch, which to me is like going to a restaurant, ordering a nice big warm dinner, and they put it in front of you, and it's like, well, you can't eat it, and you're saying, but well, it's going cold.
I love the idea of some bloke sitting in Stringfellows, businessman, right? He's paid £20. There's an arse waving in his face, and he's going, "Can I not just?" They go, "Don't." So he goes, "It's going cold! Look at it! It's going cold!" Oh, that is brilliant. It's going cold. That is, I mean, see, Carl in the week was saying that he doesn't like sayings and phrases and metaphor and analogy, and I was going, you know, and he thinks it's sort of like, you know, one step away from poetry. But he comes out with the most evocative phrases. That is a straightforward analogy. Lap dancing is like being given a meal that you can't eat. See, that's great. That's how you saw it, and that's so much better than saying it's mad, you can't touch, or it's a waste, or you see what I mean? We were trying to inflame his enthusiasm in the week, and I said about different phrases, and he goes, well, why not just say the actual words? I was going, well, it's more poetic, and I told him the Isaac Newton one. If I have seen further than any other man, it's because I've stood on the shoulder of the giants. And I said, well, that's because, you know, he's saying, you know, I'm getting lauded for being this great scientist and all these discoveries and being a genius, but I'm saying, you know, if it wasn't for those scholars before me that have come up with what they come up with, you know, I wouldn't have got this far. Carl went, what did you say?
I just said, well, I prefer him to give me a name check. Do you know what I mean, though? If he stood there and he's saying how good everything is, don't just class me, don't sort of put me in with a load of other people. Give me a mention.
If you were one of the other scholars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were probably people that died sort of years before him. I think he's saying more that he's thanking the body of work these scientists and these great men had handed down, you know, through either books, material, teachings.
He's not giving a big shout out to the collective science posse.
Yeah. You know, thank you. Actually, I copied Nigel's. He's not saying that. I was like earwigging. I heard what Nigel said about it, about the third law. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I look into sayings and stuff
Go
a lot
on.
more and see if they work. Well, one that happened a couple of weeks ago, right? You were talking about the you can't have your cake and eat it. Is that what you said?
Well, I never understood that because I thought, well, what's the point of having your cake and not eating it? Rather like your lap dancing analogy. But it actually means you can't have eaten your cake and still have it there. Obviously.
Exactly.
Well, look, the time that I saw that saying work, right? I was in Asda with Suzanne,
Yeah.
and do you know those big binders you get with nice cakes in them
Yeah.
for birthdays and that? You can get one with like David Beckham on the front of it.
Yeah.
You can have one with, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine if you want.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have one of them. And I saw one of those comedy ones where it is like a big pair of breasts,
Yeah.
and that is when, you know, you can have your cake and eat tit.
Play records.
No, but you see
Play
what I'm
record.
saying?
Play record. Play record. I want to talk to you about it. About puns. Placebo. This picture with the androgynous vocal talents at the helm there of Brian Moloko on XFM 104.9.
informed
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Excellent.
Did you see, I don't know if Carl saw it, I know you watched it, Rick, it was extraordinary, it was a Sky One TV show the other night. It was something like, reality TV.
Oh, yeah,
I can't remember what it was called. Yeah,
Excellent.
and it was about basically what the
I
fortunes of
cannot
various...
get enough of it.
The fortunes of various reality TV stars since they've come out of the show. Christine Hamilton coming out of the jungle, and obviously once again always a pleasure to find out what Fats Waller is up to. Rick Waller. I mean,
He's in a band now.
He's got his own band. He was playing in some club in Rochester. There was about
It's sort
20
of
people in
gospel,
the
sort of
audience.
gospel rock, that sort of soul gospel rock thing, like something you see in the Commitments or something. And when it cut to the audience, it was like it was in Butlins. It was just a big dance floor, and it was just people that watching differently. And you went, the people that were here loved it. I mean, it's a bit
And that's
sad.
sad to say.
I know.
The size of the man, his leather jacket, Carl, was extraordinary. I don't know how many animals had to die to make it. It was like, you know, it was
It looked
unbelievable.
like if he'd have fallen off, it'd been like the Hindenburg,
Yeah.
because
It was like a Zeppelin.
oh,
It
the
was-
humanity.
It was
people.
extraordinary. I still think, when I see him wearing a coat like that, it looks like he is stood on the shoulders of two other people. And it's
Yeah.
just a joke.
Just a
It's
little
just like a
head.
circus act or something.
Yeah.
Because his head doesn't make sense.
Looks like it's one of those things that you steam yourself in. You know, you put your head like that, and is that a machine you're in? No, it's a
Or one
coat.
of those old-fashioned iron lungs.
Oh dear.
But
There were some
he's-
magic moments.
But there was a because once again, I mean, I missed a lot of the first series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but it
Brilliant.
showed once again the moment with Darren Day. Darren Day, a lovely guy, but that moment where he went off and sat on a rock and came back and he'd written a song.
I know.
Which he just, and I can't, it was also things like, I'm in a hotel room in another
I
town.
know. Don't.
And
do
it was like something you'd write when you were 14. It was unbelievable. They showed it again. It's just stunning.
I love songs you write when you're 14. It's like your first sort of like song where you know 3 chords, and it's always it's always stuff like, there's a man, he's a lonely man. Take a look at him, he looks a bit like me.
Yeah.
It is me. It's that sort of thing, like, we want to play it to someone, and you want them to go, my God, you're deep.
Yeah.
My God, you're brilliant, aren't you? And that's about you, is it? Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
I have to say, this is such a terrible confession. When I was doing a school play once, when I was about that age, 15, right, there was a girl who was in the cast with me, right, and she sort of, you know, she was giving me the eye. I was thinking, yeah, well, I kind of thought she was, right, and
It was glass.
but there was another guy there as well. I was sort of competing for affections.
Oh, no.
And he was quite a witty guy.
His name was Scott Hansen, he
Yeah.
had long blonde hair.
Exactly, yeah. And I thought, well, the way to impress her, because I was 15 or whatever, I thought I was pretty smart. I sat in one of the adjoining dressing rooms, reading a copy of the philosophical book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which I didn't understand, but which I sat there reading it in the hope that she would walk in and think, my God, you're reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
You don't go with the crowd. You don't want to come next door where we're talking about nonsense and people are
We're
flirting.
talking about the bangles
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Curly Whirlies.
You're in here saying, look, just if you want to talk to me, you're welcome, but I'm not.
I'm a thinker.
I bet you thought you were Kwai Chang Kane, didn't you?
I thought it was like she'd think, Jesus Christ, I've never met anyone like him.
That is genius.
And I remember the one time she accidentally walked in, she went, oh, sorry, wrong room, and left again. And that was it.
Sorry, at 15, so this is about the time you took to wearing a bow tie to
I was
impress
slightly younger
people.
wearing a bow tie.
I love that.
No, I used to watch a lot of Harold Lloyd films. And he always seemed to do very well.
I love it. I love the idea of at 15 you going, well, it's time I went to ruin. Right. Right, on with the bow tie. Where's the Zen?
Where's the pipe and my boat trip?
It's a time I got me a bow.
Yeah.
I love that. But songs are great as well. And the other thing you do, sort of when you're about 15, 16, is start writing songs about, like, the world's trying to take a piece of me. Hey, you think I'm going down? I'm coming back. I'm against the ropes. They try to drag me down. It's like you want to be Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. They put me in this emotional prison.
The man's on my back.
Who? Yeah. They try and take a piece of me. Who do? Well, I
You're
don't know.
14.
Parents and that, don't they?
You're really
Sometimes.
comprehensive.
The teachers. Yeah. I absolutely love it. I still remember a poem. I'll not say his name. We're about 14, 15, and we had to write a poem, and obviously everyone's was pretty rubbish, but we mercilessly took the piss out of this bloke because I still remember the poem, and how he did it is he went through a dictionary and found things with that, and this is a poem, right? Okay, remember? I've remembered this for 25 years, right? The reason why, the reason why, the reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny? And when we heard this, we were laughing. I mean, for a year, we would go, what was my destiny? It was just great.
I hear it again, I enjoy
The reason why, the reason why, the reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny?
That's almost as catchy as Monkey News.
Oh, God! Oh, I've got some monkey news for you. Let's play a record and come back, and I've got some great monkey news for you, Carl.
That's from the R.E.M. album that people tend to forget about now because it was so kind of poppy and such a massive hit out of time, but there are some good tunes on it. And there's one of them, Near Wild Heaven.
Excellent, on XFM 104.9. Carl, watching a programme yesterday, and it was about these Japanese snow monkeys. And it was all about how animals learn things that aren't instinctive, particularly sort of primates, because they see other people doing it, and they start a culture. And they can pinpoint when these monkeys, when one monkey first went down and got in the hot water springs and stayed there because it was hot, and the others copied him, and now it's part of almost a culture, you know, that won't be handed on because it's not instinctive, but has to be learnt each time. And you know, and they groom as normal like other monkeys, right? But they're really intelligent, and obviously the reason they groom other people, other monkeys, is because they eat the mites. But also the monkeys have learned they like being groomed. Okay, so they showed this one monkey. It went to a deer, okay, and it was grooming this deer to get its mite off it, right? But then it didn't eat it. It held it in its hand. It went over to a monkey, put the mite on itself to show the monkey it had a mite, and got a free grooming.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That is
because it gave up the food, knowing that if you put one there, this monkey would look for mites on it, and it would get a free grooming, and it was like having a little massage. What do you think of that?
It's not bad. I've got some better stuff coming up later.
On Monkey News, on the official.
Yeah,
Monkey
do you
News.
see that? See what mine though? Mine's true.
And that's an interesting and
It
extraordinary.
actually happened. It's
discovery.
social behaviour amongst primates. So I saw it. It was, you know.
Did it rob a bank, Rick, at any time?
It didn't rob a bank, and it didn't open a hairdresser's.
So that's what you're letting. That's where you're letting yourself down.
It's not quite good enough, is it? My monkey news.
Oh, I've got some.
See the difference where I named the species, explained it slightly, told you an interesting fact, as opposed to there's this monkey, right? And
Look at him looking
it's
at you.
Yeah,
He's not interested, Rick. Can I tell you now? Can I try and describe for people the face that Carl has? I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you draw some eyes, a nose and a mouth on a balloon and then inflate it to about half full. That's what Carl's face looks like. That's what his head looks like. It looks like a face you've drawn on a balloon. Very small, the rest of the head huge.
It's just that today I'm a bit tired, right? That's one thing.
Why are you a bit tired?
I just haven't been sleeping, right?
Why not?
I don't know. I've got a lot going on in my head.
Oh, if this would be like The Simpsons, if we could actually look in there, there would be two monkeys grooming you.
Plus, you've been talking about like stuff that I can't relate to and that. So I'm
What, writing poetry?
Like what?
Reading books?
you know, doing poetry and stuff. I never did any of that.
What did you do?
Well, at school they didn't bother. They tried to get us to write more, right?
Right.
By
Giving you a pen?
well, they used to give us these school diaries,
Yeah.
little red book, and it was a way that they kept an eye on what you were doing out of school hours.
Right.
So some kids would write down, you know,
Stole a bike.
yeah,
Burn the house down.
Yeah.
But when I was at school, around that sort of 12 age, I didn't get up to much. You have no money, there's nothing you can do. So every night it was the same thing. I'd get home, and I'd have to go to the shop, right, and get some potatoes and some bread every night, right. And I kept taking this into
Sorry,
school.
what was it? Dublin in the 17th century?
Yeah.
What do you mean every day you went to the shops and got potatoes and bread?
That's kind of what I had to get all the time. That's what we had.
Why? What did you have? Chip sandwiches?
Yeah.
Right,
And,
so you went to the... you went there.
So I kept
With your hook
putting
and
that.
stick.
yeah.
I kept putting that in the diary, you know, every night saying went to U Phase. That was the name of the shop.
What is it called?
U-phase.
What is it, you or you?
Like H-U-G-H. phase.
H-U-G-H, yeah. Oh, that was his name?
U-phase, right? Used to go there, get the potatoes and bread and that.
I love the fact someone who's named the shop after themselves. I'm not going to say what we sell, it's named after me or nothing, or I'm not opening.
Mainly potatoes and bread. White sliced loaves, King Edward's.
And the teacher used to always say, just write something different in there, make something up. Because like, you know, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through to Friday, every night it was just, went to U-phase.
So you sort of, you
Are you sure it wasn't an advert? Sure it wasn't paying you to say, get my name in the book?
The only time that it changed, and she said, oh, that's made it a bit more interesting, was when it was my birthday and I had to buy a cake.
potatoes and a cake.
And she said, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That was my 13th birthday. My mum said, I got home from school, she said, oh, you're 13 today. Teenager, big turnover. Go and get a cake.
That's your experience of writing?
No, what?
Well,
no,
kind
that's
of,
your
yeah.
experience of your 13th birthday. Oh, by the way, you're 13 today, go and get a cake.
Yeah.
Brilliant, big surprise? Was it a big surprise? yeah, that is brilliant. I love it.
That's the only sort of writing.
What, and they never asked you to write essays or stories?
Did you never write a story or a poem or a...
The stories I did earlier on were, you know, you made them up, but it was that thing that I'd always end them with, and an alarm went off and it was all a dream. Yeah. But they didn't. I mean, it was a bit of a.
I bought some potatoes and some bread. Then I went it was all the dream.
Then I went to shops and bought some potatoes and bread. But did you ever do anything that write about an adventure when you were a spaceman, or you were in, you know, you were